Well, in any case, I'm sure once the medication goes all the way through the whole course, I'm sure that rash will clear up. Anyway, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone's had an excellent evening. And to another episode of Rolling in the Isles. I hope this evening finds us well. Well, in any case, I'm sure once the medication goes all the way through the whole course, I'm sure that rash will clear up. Anyway, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone's had an excellent evening. And to another episode, literally leave himself on. I think Oozloo literally left himself on speaker when he left.
Yes, which seems like it might be. It seems like we got a server muted for a moment, although.
Yeah.
It's a good way to gaslight the audience.
Yeah.
I freaked out a little bit.
Yeah, so I was like, oh god, where did I leave the stream open?
I no longer feel bad about what's about to happen to him. Now, kids at home, don't tell anyone, but we might be about to see why you're not meant to split the party.
It's a valuable lesson.
Okay, but before we get onto that, onto the fun stuff, who would like to recount last week?
Last week, in Rolling in the Isles.
I can recount it, but I'll start gaslighting people by putting in stuff that didn't happen.
Oh boy.
I would totally believe you as well, because I legitimately don't remember.
We went into the cave and explored it. Oozloo got split off from us, hunting the person that had closed us into the cave. Then, we found each other being pranked by other dragon scouts that the two boys we had with us belonged to, I believe. Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. We spent like an hour and a half deciding what are we going to do to enter this cave in a cool way. Then we got in there and everyone was already dead on it.
Yeah, we then realized, everyone's just already dead. There's just a pile of corpses.
Yeah.
We were like ready to fight. But well.
We was going to fucking wreck them as well. Itching to fight. Yeah, so that's last week wrapped up, right?
Hey, Bill, you're muted.
I forgot I did that to stop the bleed through. Yeah, that's about correct. And there were a couple of traps along the way as well that would put you through the ringer. And, of course, there was the upcoming matter.
To be fair, we did spend, and not in a bad way, because this is one of the fun things about TTRPGs, is that we did spend like 30 minutes just debating on how to get into the Goblin Cave.
Well, we were standing at the entrance, and everyone inside could probably hear us.
Yep.
To be fair, it's not the worst place to, contemplate what to do. The worst place is in the Goblin Cave after you've entered.
After we've been trapped inside.
Yes. Around the time the water's slapping around your ear rolls. And, yeah, unfortunately for Oozloo, well, our good compatriot, good captain, is currently facing down the barrel of one dead orc and one very large, very angry-looking troll. Currently swinging around what appears to be a tree with half a building attached to it.
Remind me of this troll's name, like Shitface or something.
Gobshite.
Gotcha.
Who could forget poor, adorable little Gobshite?
Oh, quickly server unmute Oozloo to see if he's returned.
Currently swinging around what appears to be a tree with half a
No.
building.
It's just Bill echoing back, mocking us.
Oozloo has become Bill. It has some weird implications.
You can try whatever he likes. He's not getting paid.
I think one important thing we should probably remember as well is that we basically have to stay in and around the cave for about 2 days in order for the fancy door behind the waterfall to actually open. Because it was based on like a lunar cycle, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's take us back to that map, seeing as we've fully recovered our memories on what precisely.
Not fully. I don't remember. Where does that lead to? Like, magic
Somewhere
gateway thing.
important for us, I think.
It's implied that Rita went there.
Yes.
Ye-
To do stuff and things.
Oh yeah, Bill, that was one
Classic
thing
Rita.
Yep.
that I was gonna ask, but I'd forgotten. Since Eris had transformed, do any of the Dragon Scouts seem spooked by her? Because of the intimidation check that I believe was a 16.
Well, some of them do look a bit leery of you. Like between you and me. If you spec right, there is something called Improvised Plan. It's a little class feature that lets you negate a group's fear effects for that round. It's a good way to make sure that the scouts under your employ don't run off into meat grinders. But they are, like, visibly nervous. Most of them are visibly nervous at you. Even the more rough and tumble types.
Good to know.
Like Grigori trying to back away. The only person who's not really the only people not affected by it are the Scoutmaster, Oliver, and Pudge. So far, nothing has managed to shake Pudge.
Someone should show him kindness. Surely that'll traumatize the poor child.
I think only an empty stomach can shake Pudge.
I don't know, I don't really want to find out what he does on an empty stomach.
Yeah, neither do I.
So this way, if this becomes a protracted siege, it's going to be a real rough time for some of the goblins in this neck of the
It
woods.
just turns into like an ogre gorger or something. Transforms on the spot.
You're not you when you're hungry. Because of me.
Starts chanting about the more.
The war calls to me.
'Tis a good thing.
Alex Jones wearing a dustbin lid on his gut.
Also, you may have to move a bit closer to the mic. Or
Yes,
adjust the
sorry.
filter.
We've moved house in the interim, so it's a bit leery getting all the audio equipment set up again. And our acoustics are completely fucked. Speaking of completely fucked acoustics, let's put on the loop. The green tide approaches.
Uh-oh. Bad decision, Mike.
Probably do something about that.
Well, kids, it appears to be our time to go back to work. Oliver will address his little scout cadre. They all fan out to their respective positions, going to the different packs dotted around. There are a few boxes still unattended. And with that, Oliver will turn to you all, walking back around the fire. Now, I can't ask you to help us on this. This isn't your fight. If you want to walk out of here, I'll completely understand. This might get a little hairy. Shouldn't be anything we can't handle, but I can't guarantee you if you stick around, you might leave with a few bumps and scrapes.
No, no worries. We'll stick around.
Oh, for sure. Help yourselves to whatever supplies you need. You brought a good amount. You foraged even more.
Happily. So, what is laying around?
Okay. In amongst the flotsam and jetsam, there are a number of some of the jars have been put over small low. Not at first you think they're fires, but they just appear to be slabs of something, and they are like, visibly like roiling with heat.
Uh, hmm. Does it seem to be something along the lines of like alchemist fire?
No, it's a grayish mass, almost like clay.
Hmm.
But it's visibly like just you can see the heat haze rise off of it. The smell is bizarre. It's kind of it's that again a heavy clay smell, but it's undercurrent of charcoal mixed through it.
Is it hot to the touch?
It is visibly hot. You can feel the heat off it before you even touch it. No fire underneath it. You can see the dirt underneath.
Hmm.
Some of it has been like packed on around vessels, and they're boiling away. The vessels themselves reek of like old meat, some reek of just urine, and God knows what else. And at the same time, some are like roiling away with what appears to be like herbs inside.
Hmm. What do I have to roll to identify their effects?
Alchemy would be the easiest, but I would allow any roll you feel will be appropriate. So let me know which variety you're going for.
Alright. Would you allow me to roll UMD, since that is what I use for the alchemy sphere?
Yes.
Alright.
Roll 20 strikes again.
Yes.
It's clay, it's hot. You're not sure beyond that. It is obviously giving off some kind of alchemical reaction, but you're not sure what it is. The other pots, one you can tell at a glance what it is. It appears to be your bones boiling. Like bones, and you think it's goblin body parts. Just boiling and boiling and boiling away.
Bit of lime.
No, it's actually being boiled in water. It kind of reminds you of whenever you were training with the other scout clutches, whenever they would have soup night, but 1,000 times worse.
The Scoutmaster, what are these for? As I point to them.
Well, we've got the body parts boiling away, and we'll release the collagen from in the joints. Collagen and gelatin. That makes essentially the skin of a bullet, if we're going with non-lethal bullets. That, he'll point at on the other jars, that's goblin urine. We boil it down, it's incredibly corrosive. Very strong irritant. Kind of like the stuff they used to use to disperse riding crowds back in the city.
Also the stuff that got thrown into Aiden's face almost the one time. Oh, wasn't it?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You put some of the boiling urine inside of some of the gelatin, you get a bullet you can throw in quite a speed. As long as it doesn't get too hot, it'll stay stable. Means that essentially, as long as we're here, between that and the stones we found, we're not going to run out of ammunition anytime soon.
Alright.
The herbs there just for what we can as a styptic to disinfect our wounds. We've got a few bunch graves, but nothing major.
Oh, that's good. I'll grab like 2 of the urns filled with urine.
Careful now.
The clay
The
bulb thingies.
half-fire like back around the outside. Burns hot as a torch. Stuff just naturally occurs here. At least all the ingredients do. That's why we picked this cave.
Ah,
Useful natural resources. Once we clear it out, the guild will be pleased as punch.
Alright. Maybe worthwhile having a look to see what is ahead, how far or how close the goblins are.
Okay.
Speaking of which, would we be able to look and see what is over here, since it's basically looking down into that room?
Yeah, there is a gap. It's a bit singed, but you can still just about see through. Though it will require a perception check because it is damaged.
Right.
Man, I wonder who burnt that.
Wonder who burned down the
Possibly
most
fence or
foolproof
something.
defense against the goblins. The
Hmm.
big wall covered in things they don't like looking at.
Oh boy.
Hell yeah, 10.
Okay, that gives you some basic information. You notice that whilst there is no current movement there, and I'll just go over to Latin. There are a number of dead goblins on the spikes.
Right. Okay. Well, the thing is, like, that's probably the most defensible position because they have to climb up there,
Mm.
which isn't going to work.
One is a very odd one. It's more of an orangey toned one. Bigger. Not quite a hobgoblin, but not far off. You think it might be some kind of crossbreed.
Oh god. Disgusting.
Well, roll for racism.
What do I roll for racism, Bill? This is
Geography.
just
Geography.
geography, okay.
You know full well it's geography. I've told you many a time.
Thank you, Doom. Very cool.
Fortunately, I have skill focus on this. Courtesy of
Yes,
Doom.
thank you, Doom, for giving us all the power of racism.
The great Dutch pastime. The closest they have to a sport.
What does the racism tell me?
That is hobgoblins in Galarian were formed, as you know, with some of your background. They were formed when the Drow attempted to fleshcraft a more combat-efficient goblin. They are not actually their own species originally. They are. Think of them as elevated goblins.
So they are not quite hobgoblins.
Well, the full hobgoblins are elevated goblins. They are
Oh, okay.
essentially, you think of goblins as like the Australopithecus to hobgoblins like Homo sapiens. There were a couple of not quite there batches in the early days, which are still around. Think of them like not quite Homo erectus, but getting there. Above Sahelanthropus, but not too much. Bootleg hobgoblins, think of them that
I
way.
see. It's a cheap foreign knockoff
Yep.
of a superior breed. I see.
They are. Some theorize that they might also be naturally occurring as a crossbreed between goblins and mites. Or those.
Huh.
Yeah, every now and then they get those two breeds of dog that when they crossbreed they make something a bit bigger than themselves. Mites are puny even by goblin standards, and well, if the theories are true, it's a bit worrying. Alternatively,
Oh, right.
might be some other kind of crossbreed.
It's the thing where you combine two different races to potentially get like one bigger thing.
Yeah. There's
Gotcha.
plenty of. They are technically considered like a type of mongrel folk, though mongrel folk are normally the result of alchemical pollution in bloodlines. They are like full on. Mongrel folk run all the way from like Nightbreed up through the Fly, all the way up to like full on cryptids.
Right.
But tend to veer on the Nightbreed end of things.
Probably, if we're
So
trying to
people get
defend this area, it's probably best if we just move on ahead a little bit in case they try and smoke us out.
Mm.
Or like
Well,
throw a single weird magic or grenade thingy in the room.
yeah. I mean, we had similar ideas about smoking them out. So yeah.
Okay, heavy on that. The sphere is still in place.
Excellent.
The drawbridge is still in place as well.
Yes.
The goblin who was on the ceiling is not.
Seems the scouts are good at recycling. They're very fond of green energy. In that case, I'll probably try and hold at the bridge.
Yeah, the drawbridge is currently up.
Oh.
You notice that something has pierced a tiny little pinprick hole through it. As a visible hole in the wood.
Huh. Right. So they couldn't necessarily cross there unless they rode.
Well, there is a ledge on the other side, but they seem to have had trouble getting through it. You can feel it's a little creaky though.
Alright.
And there's notable, there's a. You would suspect that the thin gap here, you can't even really see through it, but you can see raw wood where it's where the creosote's been kind of carved away. You get the feeling it might have been a pickaxe.
Ah.
But there's no hammering currently. The scurrying is still emanating from the walls themselves. I'm not really sure. The echoes in here I've gotten so bad now.
Would blind sight help with this?
Blind sight doesn't really pierce barriers, unfortunately. You need blind sense. Blind sight is essentially just regular sight, but fucking visibility. Blind sense will go through walls, for instance. You notice that there's new blood on the caltrops.
Huh. Wait, where are these? Exactly. Okay.
Oh, I can't see him.
That's odd.
They've been shifted around a bit.
Maybe the one that was on the ceiling?
Yeah, it sounds possible. Considering we don't know where it went.
Bill, could I look for crawl spaces in some of the walls?
You may.
Alright.
Yeah, perception check.
Cool.
Okay. The walls on this side are fairly sturdy. Most of the hiding places in here are among the stalactites. But those will come from the scout side of things. There's no real easy entryway. But mostly the scouts get up there through just sheer ability to climb.
Gotcha.
There's actually a few places where it's been rigged up so they can more easily clip on. However, there are a few new scratch marks here and there.
New ones? Or...
Yeah, new scratch marks. And right about here, next to the spiked log trap that had already been used, there is a handprint in oil. It's got 2 fingers and a thumb.
How big are they? Just regular person sized or
Too small for that.
goblin sized?
Yeah. Goblins have really very strange, lanky hands. Imagine a child, but with full-sized adult length fingers. Like slightly longer than that.
Weird.
Long heaving fingers.
There's an old rumor among the thieves that the finest thieves' tools are crafted from the finger bones of a goblin.
Yep.
Anyone who actually does any blockpicking will tell you that's bullshit.
If anything, you'd think that they were invisible or something. These goblins. Seems that they were here quite recently.
Well, maybe they are invisible. Let's see.
Yeah.
Invisible goblins sounds like a self-help book or something, though.
You gotta get rid of your mind goblins.
Mind goblins. They interface with our dimension. As a laugh, I'll just throw a bit of dust in this direction, see if some of it like stays in place.
No.
Alright.
After a few seconds, you hear.
Aha!
Bless you. Eris will just like safe down the cave.
I will grab a handful from the bag of flour that I have on me, and I will throw more in that direction.
Go that way. Can everyone roll perception checks, please?
I'm just torturing random creatures with flour now.
It's goblins, Penny.
True.
I don't like them.
Don't like them. Then again, Penny, I'm sure somehow you and I will find a way to make a friend.
Oh no! They're gonna get killed again.
Yes, immediately.
Yep.
What a shame.
Penny, it's actually at that point you're sending out that you notice it. Just as Mark turns around to look down the corridor, you see there's something on his hat. Comrade, rather.
Man, speaking of friends you guys made, wouldn't it be a shame if someone in the party was going back to burn down that cat cafe?
If you get past Gobshite, surely
Yeah.
I'll be fine with that. If you manage to get
Stop
past
metagaming, Penny.
Gobshite. Hey,
Uh-oh.
I mean, I know I can't talk to you right now, but stop
We're going to cut
metagaming.
back as you're riding on Gobshite's back. On the Gobshite to
Show us
destroy
in the
civilization.
Cafe.
Gobshite,
God.
more like broshite.
Now I'm imagining the image of like a troll just clubbing a cat into the stratosphere.
Imagine how high he could get it to go, guys. I cast Fireball.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
no.
Catapult is a level 1 5th edition spell. It doesn't have a equivalent here.
Aw.
But of more pressing concern, which is my favorite word of the evening,
What is on Mark's hat? Comrade's hat.
it's worse than we thought. Eris,
Oh,
there is a really tiny goblin on his hat.
no. I knew it!
I would like to use my prehensile hair to grab it.
Roll me a C&B check, please.
CMB. Okay. CMB. Oh god. Please be okay. Hey.
Hey, yeah.
I have a -1 on that, so I'm a bit worried.
It doesn't even get a chance to react. It's just a wall of hair. It's just hit it in the face.
Well, it's
You're
more
like-
grabbing it, engulfing it. It's like, something got stuck in your hat, I think. I'll reveal it behind like a gate of like a
It
iron
is
bars
a,
of hair.
It's a remarkably small goblin.
Is it essentially Baby Yoda? I'm just
Punt the
asking
child.
to be real. Let's
Corrupt
be
ball.
real, Bill. Is it just Baby Yoda?
No, it's just a really tiny goblin. Its proportions are freakish.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
imagine Baby Yoda, but it's got like really long, stringy arms.
Oh, weird.
Imagine. How best to put it? Imagine Gizmo from Gremlins,
Oh,
but with like a Spirit of Halloween skeleton for the on the arms and legs.
okay.
It's remarkably unwholesome to look at because it's just a
Oh.
really tiny, like little goblin-y body and long, like spidery arms.
Oh, that's not very cute.
Baz, might you look at this thing?
Oh yeah, sure. Could I grab the goblin?
Yeah.
I'll let you.
If you want to take control of the grapple, it'll be a CMB check. Rules is rules.
All right.
It won't take much. This thing is really revolting looking.
Add +4 to this.
Okay. Yep, that is indeed that is a very young goblin. Now, you do recall there are a number of different tribes here. The traditional, like the Greenfoot tribe, which is considered the weakest of the tribes,
Mm-hmm.
it has one thing going for it.
Mhm.
It's because of its particular genus of goblin, it reaches combat maturity at the age of like 2 days.
I see.
Because they are born with like full length limbs.
It's just a bobblehead and a stick man.
It just seems like it wouldn't be quite useful to have full-length limbs and no
Not
muscle.
quite
I
full
guess.
length, they're a little bit below
Yeah.
it, but imagine a really tiny baby goblin, but it's got
Yeah,
the reach of a small creature. It
Yeah,
can
I'm
A
gonna-
wield
toddler with
knife.
adult arms. I would be terrified.
I have
very
cheeky
enjoying
idea.
this.
Bill,
Yes.
I would like to
Sounds
tie
nightmare
a
for me.
piece of some rope around its waist.
Okay, thank God the word waste was said there. Or this became a very unwholesome chat.
Very unwholesome indeed.
And then I will attempt to intimidate it. And basically, I will hold the rope like it's a leash.
Oh god, are you gonna using...
Have you seen those little toddler leashes? You know what I mean?
Yes, they're like a backpack, basically.
Yeah.
No, not a papoose. Okay,
Not
yeah,
a They have
I'm
leashes for them.
going to roll a
like-
morale check, otherwise it might just go into shock.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
roll 20
basically
is
wa-
effective, Google. Good grief.
Basically, I want to see which direction it tries to run into.
oh, that's smart.
Okay. It will panically, like it's slapping its long, gangly limbs against you. And as soon as it gets any chance to get away, it immediately leaps. And it leaps a good, like, 10 feet over the boulder trap and up.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes from there to the pillar over here. And with one, it coils itself up almost like a spring. And just with the force of those tiny little spindly limbs, launches itself bodily over the gap here.
All right. I will tighten the rope slightly to prevent it from completely running away.
Does it sound like a squash ball hitting a wall? Hang on, wait, let me double check here. Where you're stood, the momentum. Yeah, okay, can we smack into this wall instead?
Oh. Seems we'll have to head this way.
Sorry, points actually kind of hard to select them.
As I will carefully follow up behind it, traveling kettle in hand.
Okay.
Carefully try and avoid the thing. And... friends.
Okay, would you like to roll stealth? It might be a bit difficult. You do have a tether tying you to the baby goblin.
Could I... Okay. Yeah, I'll roll stealth first of all. I'll just plonk down some of the concertina wire over here.
Okay. You just get
I will have it slightly to the side so I can still pass through it, but
Okay.
at a moment's notice I can just like shove it in the middle with my leg.
Okay.
I'll try and like drag the tiny goblin back.
Roll me a CMB check, please.
Alright. Can I use power for this?
Yes.
Mind you, I'm not trying to actively like snap its spine, I'm just trying to
Oh, yeah.
apply like constant pressure.
If only you had a tiny little winch that you could use that would make this easier. That one with
Yeah,
a rod
like-
attached.
Yeah.
Doesn't let me just
Probably should have used the fishing rod for this.
yeah, probably would make it easier. There's a high. Okay. You drag the cord back.
Okay.
The line is dragging along quite nicely. Then there's a bit of a high tension point,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes completely slack.
Completely slack.
Yes.
As in, it stops resisting.
Yes.
I'll try and drag it around the corner to see if it's still alive.
When you drag it back, all you find is a severed piece of rope.
Ah, I see.
From your vantage point, you watch some of the goblins down in the pit moving around.
Mhm.
And what is occurring is very, very odd. They are all of them going up to the pile of corpses. They are daubing their hands. And they are like making markings on their own faces.
Wait, how are they making markings on their faces?
The fingers, just wiping it.
Huh. Anything unusual about the figure in the middle of the pile?
The one on top is wearing armor. It's very rudimentary. It's just a bit of boiled leather that's been painted black. And the skin tone is a lot paler than all the other ones, more yellowish.
Let's see.
Tiny bit taller, a bit more human-like in makeup, but obviously still a goblin.
Baz will just turn to the rest of the party and say, so do we want to attack them? They're down there. Or just, stay here and defend.
How many did you say there were again? Approximately.
I see about half a dozen.
We could probably take them, but it depends on what you want to do.
Whilst you contemplate your options, we'll cut away briefly. And I do believe our esteemed colleague is here. And now we can address the elephant-sized creature in the room. Usually.
Good Gobshite. Good Gobshite.
Before the illustrious captain stands a very large, quite angry troll. And yes, a bloody smear where an orc once was. He has been hit with such force that it has cut. All that remains standing for a moment is his left arm and left leg, as the rest of him has been like scooped out from his carcass and kind of flops to the ground very loosely. I would liken it to a chicken skin that hasn't been quite carved off
Mm.
a roast chicken. Well enough. That's awesome.
I might just say thank you at this point, given that he's taken out the guy I was chasing.
Takes a big step. Thud.
Can I
It's the
can I
ground.
roll something to try and determine if he's even potentially intelligent enough to understand what I'm saying?
You may be a sense motive check, or if you have any knowledge, you have bardic knowledge, so you can roll any knowledge check native. And
Well, sense motive has the highest numbers, so I'll roll sense motive.
You can roll both. Okay, quite a curious one here. He seems to be. He seems to be pretty dim, even by troll standards, for the most part. But one thing you notice: one of his eyes is different to the other. It's moving around independently of him. It seems a little bit cloudy.
I wonder if he's being, if he's a sentry for someone else. And they're looking through his eyes. Well, I mean, I see no reason to hang around. I mean, as much as he might be an interesting find, if he's not intelligent enough to communicate, he probably isn't going to be a potential ally. Also, where did the blood and guts go that you drew?
Oh, they were. It wasn't my drawing. It was.
I removed it because Gobshite was under that.
Oh.
I can bring it back? Question mark?
I'm
Surely
just
nothing
curious.
will go wrong. Okay, I'm gonna
well-
be dried.
So given all that, what kind of terrain is behind me? Because if this guy can run at a speed concomitant with his body size, he probably will be running faster than me.
He does seem to be remarkably spry for something that huge.
Right. So hiding is probably a better option than running.
The bushes behind you are all gauze bushes. Yeah, very
What would-
short, stout, spiny bushes. Be uncomfortable. It would be doable hiding it. Though he does seem to have spotted you.
Yes. Especially after I thanked him. I wonder if he likes water, because there is some water to our south.
There we go. Added the arm and leg too.
F.
He takes one big step.
That's one big step, is it?
Yes, that's one step. He appears to
Good
take one big step for every 14 of yours, and the impact shakes the ground around you and sends some of the wooden paneling scattering across the ground.
Right. So he's 3x3, which means that as far as the map shows, the gap between these bits of wood is only 2.
Yes.
So I'm thinking that that will provide better cover than anything else in the area. And I'm taking the chance that, given his generousness, he's not quite as hydrodynamic as he is menacing on land. And that is, other than trying to run, which seems a bad idea given what he just did, that's probably my best option. Is our boat still down there, incidentally? I suppose it would be.
From what you can tell.
Yeah, no reason to think it isn't. Was it a rowboat that could be operated by one person? I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay. Well, in that case, as long as these stacks of wood are indeed solid objects that he couldn't easily just drift through, I'll move between them.
Okay. We'll
Which is down to there.
Enter into kind of a loose initiative here. I'll just be going like back and forth in that regard. So just consider your movements and actions as if it were in full-on initiative. I won't bring up the things just for now. So, yeah.
So if that's the case, I think I can move in this rule set, if I'm running, isn't it 3 times the normal movement speed?
That would only be in a straight line, and the terrain around here is quite rough. There's tools and such scattered around,
Okay, that's fine.
so it's going to actually be quite difficult to move through here at any efficient rate. You can just about
Would
move
it-
at full speed.
Okay, is full speed 2 times the move? So 2 times 30 in my case.
Yeah, move and then move again.
Okay, I will do that then. There's the second move.
His head whips round. Even him doing that seems to actually catches himself upon some of the panels and sends him scattering. Whoa! One star. And he'll move here. He'll allow me to hear rather than. And he will. You see him kind of press himself between the two piles and reach out towards you. Who are you? Who are you?
Oh. Hello, my friend. It appears you speak.
He looks at himself. Yes.
Well, then I'll take a bow and say, I am Quentin Ponsonby, the Dread Pirate. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
He'll hold out his hand to you.
All right, well, maybe he's trying to shake my hand, but that's quite a big risk to take at this tense moment. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck him a bundle of bananas.
You're giggling this is the party's banana.
Excuse me? My bananas, aimed carefully at his open hand in the hopes that he'll be able to grab it or it'll just land in his hand without rolling out.
No.
Ranged attack roll.
I'm not going to make some. You know, just roll d20, don't roll 1. If you roll 1, things get interesting.
That is not a one.
Okay, I'm going to say it does smack him in the face, but it doesn't land like stalk first in his eye. So which to him might as well be throwing it into his grasp.
I'll just say they're tasty. Enjoy. Just to make it clear that I wasn't trying to attack him.
He picks it up. He picks it up with his fingernails, which are large. His fingernails are about the size of a person's hand. What's that?
It's called a banana. See if you like it. I've got lots more.
On the last sniff, he just inhales it. Literally inhales it through his nostril. What passes for one? It's more of just a hole in his face.
Mm.
It's kind of like some quiet chewing.
Man, I surely hope he doesn't catch the one explosive banana that is in the world.
Yeah, thanks
You
for.
become the friendliest man in your class.
Oh no! Now you're all to confirm.
I think Penny is to blame for this.
Yes.
Oh, that was close.
So that's like 1 in 144 chance. I think is that the chance of it being the one explosive banana?
Yeah, there's only about a gross of bananas on the island, in totality.
But he had a bundle here,
Oh no!
not just one.
Okay, let's roll another. Okay, hand of bananas is a kilo, which is usually 5. So we're on another 40-12. See, all my work in the wholesale food industry finally paying off. So they're all ones. Okay, nothing else but prox it.
Did you enjoy that? I've got more.
Whoa.
In return for my safe passage, I'll give you many more bananas.
Boss said not to. I might need you to roll diplomacy check on this one.
I might need just like local accent check to understand what he's saying.
And so, he said, boss said not to.
Okay.
I know this microphone sometimes doesn't play nice with the different weird voices of the day. Okay. Let's see. No, boss will get mad.
Maybe I know your boss. Who is he?
Boss said not to say.
Oh, I understand. I know the difficult position you're in. Don't worry. I'm a friend.
He'll nod slightly. Gotta find out, suppose.
If I go back the way I came, will you stay here? Are you just guarding this area?
No, boss needs me at some cave.
Oh, interesting.
Boss said not to say anything about it though.
I understand.
He'll do the whole like try to tap his nose thing, but he doesn't actually have an external nose. He'll kind of just slap himself in the face twice.
Understood. Voldemort problems, am I right? So, at that point, what I could say is, I know where the cave is. I can show you there.
Oh, thank you.
And as long as there's nothing else, I guess I'll just start going in that direction. Just be careful with that club, okay? Could really hurt.
Oh, this? Oh, just walking stick.
Understood.
Dodgy knees. He'll slightly twist one of his knees. The crack sounds like a shotgun going off.
I'll point at the smear next to him and say, well, not as dodgy as that guy's knees, eh? Am I right?
Yeah, sorry, I sneezed.
Don't worry, he deserved it. You did me a favor, my friend.
Well, glad I could help.
And in return, let's head towards the cave. It's up this way.
Oh, through the gorse. Oh, I hate the gorse bushes.
I can try and cut them aside for you if you like.
No, I'll be all right. I just don't like these things. They smell funny. Give me hay fever.
Understood. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, might as well. Okay. Moving back to the cave.
Oh, Gobshite, you're gonna love this guy. Listen to the cool words he can say. Go on, buddy.
Oh
What
no,
do you
not
think
him
of the,
again! I don't care what you. I don't care what you are. You stay away from me. Yeah, I need to find Gobshite's model. Here we go.
So, my friend, I'm wondering how you're going to get into the cave. I'm assuming, out of character this, I assume that the cave entrance is as small as it looks and it's too small for him to get into.
Don't worry. Dad was a giant. That's why I'm so big. He taught me to do this. There is the noise that follows is, imagine if you will, 1,000 toilet plungers being dislodged at once.
Ugh.
As Gobshite just shimmies himself through the gap that is tight even for a person. You see his ribcage bend. It is perhaps the most unwholesome thing you've ever set your eyes upon. It is watching a creature the size of not a horse, but an elephant, fit through a gap that the average burly man would have to really squeeze through.
Well then, I guess all I have to say is I hope the party finds him as friendly as I did, and joke's on him, I get to keep the bananas. As I slowly, cautiously follow a good distance behind, but still able to see him.
Han, from back in the
Yes.
from you hear a distance. Scoutmaster, you're gonna want to come see this.
Well, things are bound to get interesting now.
Of more immediate reaction to yourself is something that happens at your end that you spot. As a plate-mailed boot is seen from just off screen punting a goblin into the opposing wall. More goblins! We really must stop meeting like this. The sound of a fist hitting a goblin in the jaw.
Seems our friend Ironwood's back. Let's join him. I'll just shove aside the concertina wire. Actually, I'll just quickly wrap it around my shoulder again.
Yeah, it's easy enough to scoop up.
Yep.
If you know what you do, at least.
Just carefully, like, brush aside the caltrops using the bag of flour.
The advantage of a bag of dust. A million uses.
Surprising amount of utility you can get out of it.
Yep, and regularly available any place with a mill. Or any place with two rocks to rub together.
Yep.
Which at some places around here, you had to spring an extra bit for the rocks.
I'll move on over.
Ah, there you are, my friend. Good to finally see you again.
Greetings, my lord. As I'll attempt to shove this goblin into the rest of them, basically
You're
down the
giving me
pile.
ideas. You're giving me ideas above my station. Let's enter into a light initiative, shall we?
All right.
I'll be running Gobbo initiative at my end. Okay, if you like, everyone would like to select their token, hit the initiative button. That way we can cover each thing in turn, rather than saying
Token.
it's okay. I can
Should be 17.
Excellent.
There you go.
Just click on the token, and on your sheet there should be an option for initiative. That should automatically add you to the order. If not, just hit initiative normally, and I'll add it manually. That is everyone. Preference. We'll be running this in, again, loose initiative, given that there's going to be a lot of different little encounters. Alternately, think of this as one big encounter. Okay. Mark and Isla.
Are we doing initiative?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yes.
Struggling to find more windows. Hang on.
Oh, don't worry about it. I do that all the time.
Not even initiative.
It's intelligence, Mark. It's okay.
Initiative and
I'll tell you what. Roll me a D10,000, but I'll be nice. That's a rare thing from me. It's /R space D10,000. $62, $63. Okay, rather than sounding like a Decline era Beatles song. There's a reason that everyone moved over to the 1.2 version.
Hmm.
But okay, Mark, you stumbled across something quite interesting.
Great.
Seems that someone okay, this is not a trap that is about to affect you. But you found something that may have once been a trap, one
Right.
belonging to whoever occupied this cave in the distant past, as there is a large panelled door set into the floor. It didn't look like it was there before because it was under a flagstone. But your heavy-duty, Soviet bloc built hobnail boots managed to dislodge it.
All right. Can I have a? Can I try and peek underneath? Is that possible? Like, is it
Uh,
large enough to do that?
upon inspection, it appears to go down an awful long way. Near as you can figure, you can't see the bottom from where you're standing. With the light source you got.
Right.
But it's not long now. It looks like it's an old mine shaft, or perhaps a well that's been drilled. Though a well drilled here next to the ready source of clean, pure spring water is a bit questionable.
Yeah.
The drainage ditch?
Be oil down there, and it that'd be typical.
Yeah, it's a long, straight shaft going straight down. As you rolled the result, target is suddenly standing on a trapdoor over a very deep pit.
Oh no!
Don't worry, that's why I said I was being nice. It's not going to be. It's not going to just be a Crash Bandicoot 2 pit to death.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'd like to immediately backflip off of it, please.
Yeah.
And I say, guys, look out! There's a trapdoor on the floor there. There's a pit that goes all the way.
Creak shut that. It's seemingly quite well built because it's got one of those special hinges, so it doesn't slam. It just creaks. So it's got kind of a inertial dampener in it. Heavy duty looking thing as well. Big oak construction, big reinforced iron bands on it.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on in this cave, haven't there, guys? A lot of people have been doing stuff in this cave for a long time.
I'm afraid I wouldn't know. Although there is something going on outside as well. Although it is now transitioning to inside.
How, I mean, I know I can't see, but I can remember. How far away are we from, the entrance here?
Look at about 85 to 100 feet as the crow flies. Yeah, about 100 foot, all things considered, including difficult terrain. Bit of a squeeze there.
That's not a squeeze, you could fit an ogre through there.
You have misgenused the troll. The troll will not appreciate this. Gobshite.
Don't worry.
No.
I was only trolling.
That's our word.
Oh. Get in trouble for racially.
On the subject of getting in trouble for racial things, Han, it's your turn.
Excellent. So I presume the goblins have noticed me.
Yes.
Right, Sir Ironwood. Time to greet our guests. I'll boot the goblin in front of me, basically shoving him down the pile.
If you want a CMB check, please, as I try desperately and in vain to actually select.
No, this is a touch attack.
Oh, okay, you're going with the
Yeah.
root spin. Far away. How bad is the CMD these days? Oh yeah, that'll work. The one directly above you, or the one to your up and left?
Basically, I want to kick this one down the pile to have him fall into one of his comrades.
Okay, could you draw me would it still be a touch left or another CMB?
I guess it'd be.
Technically, it's like a. Your thing is a shove, but it's at least sort of bull rush. From the
Right.
Person. Can you roll me a CMB check?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, you punt this little shit bag directly into his friend's face.
So it takes 4 damage as well.
Okay.
And can I try and pick up this lad by the what bit of the rope is still attached to him?
I take it the shove is the move action.
Root sphere, move action. Yeah.
Yeah, thought so. Okay. Yeah, that's another action.
All right. Attempting to grapple.
I was about to say you somehow missed, but no, I forgot. He's tiny, so his CMD goes down
Also,
by 1. So yeah, that succeeds.
I'm not necessarily trying to grab him. I'm trying to grab the rope. And I'll say, right, let's start off by making our guests some tea, shall we? And I will open up the traveling kettle.
As you pick up the fog going, we hear like, "Eee!"
I'll put him in.
Oh no.
What are you doing?
We have graduated on mini encounter 1. Well, other than the highest scores, into let's just put the goblin baby in a kettle of boiling water. Give me a second. Okay, let me roll a few quick morale checks. I'll be 1 second.
Could I roll intimidate as part of this?
Yes, you may.
I feel like what I'm doing out here, sending this colossal troll into the cave, is less morally questionable than what you're doing inside the cave.
It's
But that would be considered metagaming, so...
I'm just trying to send a message. That's all.
I know certain acts are of a level of moral reprehensibility that they're tangible at a range.
This cave has an evil aura.
Even
Even more than last time we got here.
even Sir Ironwood is taken aback by the level of bloody-minded cruelty.
Man, that pirate guy that wanted to burn everything at the entrance, he wasn't so bad.
Apparently not.
Like, okay, you know when a kettle's at really like a kettle and you put on a stove is at really high temperature, it makes a high-pitched whistling noise. Sounds the exact same, but
The
a bit
goblin?
more. Curiosity, Han, what alignment is your character?
Lawful neutral.
Not anymore.
I'm not so sure about that one.
Might need to bump yourself down to lawful evil, maybe the neutral leaning, or vice versa.
That is fine. Lawful evil it is.
No, normally I wouldn't be kind of a moral fag about this, but these are what we call extenuating circumstances.
Actually,
as the world's highest pitched noise washes throughout the entire area, and the majority of the goblins are just alternating between screaming in terror and are vomiting in shock,
Great.
and some are just holding their ears.
I'd also like to hold my ears down.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to meeting up with my friendly D&D party
My-
on the inside.
My good, wholesome companions.
We're just slaughtered. Boiled alive.
Uzulu's
Where's
coming
that
back
meme
with
about
the
the,
milk and everything gone. It's gone downhill.
No, we're
Where's-
saving the darkest timeline joke because I know this fight is going to get a lot worse.
Where's the meme about the dwarves that build the inn to blow up elves compared to the normal D&D party?
Yeah.
The version of
Wagon
that
is
with
a-
just the
Wagon
fucking
is-
goblin tea makers.
Finally, a tea party worth voting for.
Oof. True.
What you need to do now is crew all your vehicles nothing but rhinos, and you'll be in character.
Just making some good, wholesome Yorkshire green tea. Don't worry.
Unfortunately, we are not sponsored by Yorkshire Tea yet.
No,
I don't know that one, maybe
after
we'll-
this, I'm not so sure. Yeah.
It's got a bit of lemon in it.
Yorkshire tea, now with real goblin. Here's the meme, by the way.
I'm going to go ahead and
Yeah.
and delete little Gobby from the initiative order. There.
Oh no. And what would inspired you to do this?
He's been waiting all day to do something like this. I can tell. Any other actions this turn, huh?
Nah. I'm good for now. I think I said a decent message.
After a set of rolls like that, I'm half expecting to be able to just have everyone in this vicinity just go, "What the fuck?" and just leave and just go. Even the goblins thought that was fucked. You've heard the highest pitch. You heard a noise.
yeah.
That you're not even sure you heard. It was that high pitched. It put your stony teeth on edge.
Oof.
Sorry about that, lads. It's the kettle.
Press X to doubt. That
It
doesn't
does
sound
sound
like.
like Gettle, but
I mean, do we see it, or where was he doing this at? Over here in this corner?
do you have line of sight?
No, I don't think I do.
You-
I mean,
you-
I can technically see him from where I was standing. Yeah.
There's a lot of bullshit in the way. So
But there's a bunch of. I wouldn't.
You saw
yeah.
him moving. You didn't see what he did. You saw a flash of green, then a very high pitched noise was emitted.
Oh no.
See
To
what-
get back in here, would I have to also escape artist to get past that, trap or anything? Or can I walk through here?
You can move through. You know where all the traps are here. Like
Okay.
most of them have already been deployed, and the cow drops and concertina wire have been moved.
I just
So-
want to investigate the sound of the noise.
What you find is Baz holding a kettle is emitting a high pitched screaming noise, shaking
Like a
it
bit-
about violently.
Like a
just
bit of rope
screaming at
dangling
it,
around.
"Ah! Ah!" and just screaming at the goblins who are, for the most part, themselves screaming or vomiting.
Uh
At least one has shat himself
huh.
with enough force.
What's going
To-
on here?
Brunch.
You don't mean
Nah.
that little weird-looking baby
I'm
goblin?
gonna need you to roll bluff if you're gonna say it. But here's the interesting thing about Sir Evergreen.
Oh yeah.
Aw.
What's the penalty?
Being in the vicinity of Sir Evergreen gives you a -5 on bluff checks.
All right, and this is neutral. Well, you see,
I was really hoping for a 1.
Well, you got 2 of them.
What should I
Yay.
do? You know.
But be
Yeah.
careful with the roll 20. It's like a monkey's paw. You ask for
yeah.
something, watch it slam shut.
Right.
So meanwhile, outside, we're doing something much more wholesome. I'm asking this nice gentleman what his favorite letter is word is beginning with the letter N.
Uh-huh.
It's much safer for YouTube.
I see. Yes. At least outside, you haven't boiled a baby alive. I mean, did he actually go ahead and do it, or is it Is it simmering away in there?
We are currently simmering in the same universe as that baby is.
All right. Okay. You know what? I've got big rocky hands. I'm gonna try to see if I can pull the baby out.
Oh, you gotta make sure the bluff check works though, or doesn't work, or did it already fail?
No. What do you want me to? That's. What do you
Yeah,
want me to roll
that's
with that, Bill?
That's up to Bill.
If you want to try and
Sense
kind of
motive
curious
pool.
because it is a very
Yeah.
hot kettle, so it's quite a hazard in and of itself. I would.
Do I realize that there's Have I put two and two together though for the most part here?
You can see the little hands
Oh,
that are caught, with the fingers are caught in the mechanism.
Okay.
They are twitching.
I'm a rock person. I should be able to pull it out, right? To some degree, I should have some resistance. I know it's not actually on the sheet, but you'd think.
Do you have fire
No.
resistance?
No. Just I probably would think that I would.
There is a bit of rope dangling out of the kettle, probably.
Oh, okay. I'll pull on the rope to try and pull it out then.
You're dipping the tea bag. How wonderful.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you going to try and resist this, Han, or?
Nah.
Okay,
Yeah.
We've gone from 0 to brass bull very quickly here.
I'm saying
Yeah.
is arguably that's more cruel.
What, to try and save it? No.
Oh, pipe down,
At this
Nebuchadnezzar.
point, yeah.
Maybe she can try and yoink it and throw it into the cold water, which will surely not shock
Yeah,
its
yeah, yeah.
system.
No, not at all.
We find a suitable asset.
Oh no. I don't go find a new asset.
I was hoping to drink some of that delicious tea, but I
God.
don't know. Break it.
We've
Well, I
still got
sure
the
would-
extract.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably flavored it. Oh no.
It's noticeably bigger.
That
It comes out, its skin has completely sloughed off.
Oh.
Could you blow up that image for us?
That
Hmm.
doesn't look good. Maybe I should have done that. But
Like a lobster.
yeah.
And as soon as it exits, it starts going into agonal breathing. Just,
Uh-huh.
would you like to do anything else regarding it?
Uh
It's currently dangling from the rope.
yeah, I'll I guess try to put it in the cold water. I know that probably would shock it, but I don't know. This is all very shocking, so
Okay. Toss it north over here. It lands with a splash.
Fortunately, not on the putrid side.
Yeah, I'm
Nice. We've cooked it alive and now we're drowning it. Perfect.
We're blanching it.
Getting
Also,
heat treated.
just in, 20 bucks from Captain saying, check DM.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Bad.
Uh-oh.
Captain, it's time.
Those are the scariest words you can say in this game, aren't they?
I think maybe Baz should have a mental break akin to the ones in Darkest Dungeon.
I
At
think
that point,
he's had that years
Ah,
before we met him.
Captain, you for a second. You... Well, sometimes things go your way, don't they? Okay. Are there any other actions you'd like to do, Neri, before we continue?
Have a. Is it still screaming? I guess it stopped screaming now. It's in the water. Does it?
There's a burbling noise from the water.
Okay.
Maybe you want to, like, lift him out a bit if you
Yes,
need
yes.
air and stuff.
Yeah, pull him out. So now after he's got a second to cool off, I'm guessing he was steaming a little bit.
Okay. Using the rope,
Yes.
there is a lot of resistance.
Oh no. What is
I need
that?
you to make a CMB check.
Oh my god. Okay.
Might be he's lodged against something.
this just keeps getting worse.
Hey.
You're gonna tear it in half, Aiden.
I'm trying to help it.
Let me just quickly double check my assets. We'll
Just,
come back to this momentarily.
All right.
Benevolently rake its body over the rocks.
No.
Quentin, you're up.
Hey, Gobshite, I have some friends inside. Don't worry, they're good people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I am joking about them not being, but I'm tempted to say that anyway, because slightly better chance of him being careful then.
Okay.
Of course, I don't know yet that they aren't good people.
I don't think anyone could have predicted
Even
the baby
Oozaloo
boy.
is 60.
Even Oozaloo was scared.
How far you need to go to offend the moral sensibilities
The
of
worst thing is I just finished the sketch of the weird-looking baby goblin.
Look,
Before,
I-
what it used to look like.
I spent one entire session joking about cooking cats with fire
Yeah.
to the repeated whining of the women in the party, and now I'm like a fucking saint compared to the rest of you.
No, we're
Even
not.
those of you that aren't
You're
involved
still
in
not
the
a
goblin
saint,
kettling,
sorry, but no.
close enough.
Don't
Even those of you
worry.
that aren't directly involved in the goblin kettling, you're not doing enough to stop it.
I'm holding my
Sir
ears
Evergreen-
and dissociating.
Yeah, that's cowardice, Penny.
So,
Who
Sir
fucking
Evergreen is surprisingly not that phased.
Sorry, say again, Bill.
Sir Evergreen is surprisingly not that phased. He's looking at it the same way, like a. I would say it's less extreme than watching Americans microwave tea. In terms of reaction level,
Or microwaving iPhones.
you gotta get the demons out.
Or their pet cat to dry it. Which is, frankly, we have now found something more gruesome than what you did.
Yeah. Han has amused himself so deeply too is the thing. You can hear him just trying so hard not to laugh.
No, I feel really bad about this.
Gotta play the characters, not right, man.
The meme just carried you too far, didn't it, Han? You had no choice but to
Right,
do
exactly.
what the meme said.
Rode the wave of the meme.
Yeah.
I was actually the victim in all of this. I'm
Oh,
a
okay.
product of a very hostile environment, you see.
I see.
You're about to be a fucking victim once I find out what you've done. My
The
character
notorious-
is
the
chaotic
notorious master of-
neutral.
The notorious master of French martial arts, Ponsonby, has officially found his line in the sand that will make him turn around and start
Yeah.
throwing hands.
My character's chaotic neutral. I think I'd have to be chaotic evil to find this acceptable. Like,
Yeah.
anyone who's neutral or good, I think at this point has a problem with you.
I mean, it is, yes, it's a goblin, but it's a baby goblin. Holy shit, dude.
You boiled a baby. I don't care what species
Oh my
it is.
god.
It's
Yeah,
an elf.
exactly. What the fuck, dude?
Yes, and how many of them are now refusing to take up arms? It is out of
What do you want?
compassion.
You can. I
Oh,
thought you
the
were from the
greater
Netherlands,
good
not
argument.
Belgium.
Oh my
There's a bunch
god.
of
Consider this.
Congolese people outside that would put up their hands in support of me if they fucking had any.
Consider this. Your enemy is no longer willing to fight, but neither are your friends.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. It's the ultimate form of de-escalation.
Until they all turn on you.
Out of compassion.
Including Gobshite, by the way, who you don't know about yet, but you're about to find out.
High key Gobshite is large and dumb enough. He probably wouldn't even notice what happened. I'm not. You've been around him for a good 10 minutes. You realize that anything that's smaller than 3 feet, he doesn't actually perceive that well. Hell, most things under 6 foot, he doesn't perceive very well.
Aiden and Penny are about to be squashed underfoot
Oh no.
That's a distinct
Because-
possibility.
because you both read base height as average height. And now you're
Oh.
both 4 foot.
Yeah, we're both we're both
Okay, hold on. Let me check my height. I'm
Sure,
4'9" first
I'm 4'4", Penny.
bottom.
Gang, gang.
I can be taller, but so far I don't see a reason to be taller.
You're
That's a
you're
fact.
about to seconds before being squished.
I don't know how easy he's gonna be able to get through this cave system. I'm not sure how tight it is.
I mean,
He
he's
seems pretty
getting-
confident, actually.
I guess so. Yeah, he squeezed through it before, so.
So, in any case, Quentin, you continue to watch this travesty, unaware of the other one happening further up the
The
stream.
far worse one.
The worst thing is when he gets to a corner because he moves out his arm to push himself,
Mhm.
and it's like watching an origami figure unfold, but with bones. The level of flexibility this creature has is
Sorry.
vomit-inducing.
Ding.
Sorry about that. I've turned it off. Yes, that does sound rather gruesome. I feel like, Bill, was that supposed to be the most gruesome thing that happened this episode? Because unfortunately, you've been outdone by a player.
Oh well. So,
Oh, it's just
Next time.
he'll turn back to you, and it's like his head slithers out from under his body in the tank. You know that bit at the end, the Enigma of Amigara Fault? Imagine a game of Twister played by 3 of those creatures. It's about what this looks like. And he shoves his head back behind his own body. Which way? Is it straight ahead or right?
Well, I'm not sure my character would even know that. Could I get a little bit more vision, or is he right there, or has he moved further forward?
He's right there.
Okay, in that case, I think it's straight on. I think right was some sort of trap room.
Okay, I'll be careful.
Good luck, my friend. That looks painful.
What's pain?
Never mind, never mind. Best of luck to you. I'm right behind you.
Okay. Can't be very fast, sadly.
I'm staying at my same safe distance, but still able to see him.
Oh, there's another fork in the road.
I'm afraid I didn't go in this far, my friend. I don't know. Listen out for sounds from the cave. Maybe some high-pitched squealing or something. I don't know.
Sound of
No.
a kettle boiling.
Yes, no, listen for any sounds. See if you can tell which side they are.
It's echoing from pretty much all around.
Hmm.
Fortunately, the acoustics in this cave system are bewildering. I think that's probably why these goblins took up roost here. It's because it's very hard to pinpoint where a sound's coming from.
Hmm. Well, I, as a player, I know the answer, but as a character, I wouldn't, so there's not a lot I can do.
Okay. He'll get to about here.
Incidentally, I can't see this currently.
Oh, yes, because you don't have a light source. Hang on. I'll create this light mapping a bit. Just back this quickly.
It occurs to me that I only actually gave myself 2 level 0 spells, and so I still should have 2 more. I could get one that gives me a light source.
Yeah, certainly. It's the light spell. If you want to take the light spell as your extra one, you can feel free. Considering that you'd have to cast it now, so it would eat your standard action for this turn. So I'm happy for that as like a cost analysis.
Okay.
Okay, so
Are we in turns then? I guess we are still technically.
Yeah, I can give you a, I believe, light spell. How far is that one these days?
I was having a look at the spells for Bard. I think Dancing Lights is probably the most appropriate one, but I can also do one that makes an object shine like a torch.
Yeah, it's your preference, mate.
I think Dancing Lights makes more sense.
Okay. In that case, I shall. Let me give you a lighting fixture.
Unless there's like a duration difference or something. Yes, Dancing Lights lasts a lot less time. Okay, here's the question. If I use the light spell, could I apply that to one of my illusions?
Let's see, why not?
In that case, I'll go for that one because it lasts longer.
Okay. Guess I'll apply the lighting directly to yourself for the time being.
That's fine. I'll add it to my sheet.
There you go.
It's not as good as Dark Vision because it means only other people can see us as well. So I won't always use it, but...
And you pull on a storm, as they say. You can always retrain if you feel it's no longer needed later on down the line.
Sorry, say again?
You can. There are rules in the system for retraining spells or learning new ones. Most people, some people run it as just wizards can do that. I run it as there are bard colleges. They have to do something there, so you can retrain all the new spells.
Okay.
Any other actions other than casting light and movement?
I'm just putting it in the last things on the sheet. Okay, that's fine. Right, well, I'll click it just so you can all see it if you want to. There you go. Other than that, I guess oh, I have light now. Fantastic. So I'll head in. Well, obviously I can't really see past him, can I? So this doesn't really help much.
Yes, there is the downside of Gobshite. He kind of moves like a tide.
Can I sort of get up here and squeeze a look past the edge of him, or is he just consuming all the free space across the cave?
If you asked him to shimmy up, he might be able to do so. I'll have to make him roll for it.
Alternatively, I could just make him glow. Oh, that would be fantastic.
Would you like me to make Gobshite burn like the sun?
Not burn like the sun. I think the light spell is just illuminates them, but yeah, I think that would be fantastic. I think that would terrify the shit out of everyone else in here. Which is always a good thing.
Be not afraid, as an avalanche of flesh is emerging down the corridor.
What?
Okay, and I'll give you this one for free. Move your character up and to the left.
Me?
Yeah.
Do you see that?
No. Where? Which direction? This one? Oh, wait, hang on. I'm probably zoomed in too much. Oh, yeah. Alright.
As what's coiling down the corridor is a mass of flesh and cartilage that is now glowing like the sun.
Hey guys, look what I found.
Let me switch over to let me quickly do a little jiggery pokery with some tokens. I'll give him something a little bit more in keeping. Okay, advanced.
Just gets a picture of the sun.
Okay. To take into consideration the changed dimensions, I am going to switch out Gobshite with something a bit more appropriate. That's what it looks like when he's twisting his way down the corridors.
Oh, fun.
Let me introduce you to my good friend, Gobshite.
Oh.
Oh no, you turned him into a glowy.
I work for the federal government.
Oh no. What have you done?
Same.
Pay your taxes!
That's way way
Same
scarier
average
now.
IQ. I hope no one has a dog. Or if
Did
they
you
do,
review
it's
those
filled with
text
tannerite.
stamps?
Question, do I count as a dog? Please, I don't want to get shot. Hello?
Depends just how much of a bottom you are, I suppose.
FBI, open up.
Oh no.
Okay, so now that we have escalated the scenario significantly, Eris, you're up. You hear a lot
Temptation.
of things going on around the several corners.
You know what? I have just normal walking speed, right? Like,
Yeah.
normal turn thing. Let's see. I would like to go back into the cave with the scouts.
Return to the cave.
Mom,
Yeah.
I'm scared.
What the shit I'm out.
Understandable. And all the scouts like, wait, what? What's going on? And as the other scout in the corner goes, "Sir, if you saw what we both, I assume, saw, you'd understand."
I think I heard more things than see. That was enough.
Or
Can
was-
I hear them at this point? I'm not far away.
You can hear it from the trap cave, yes.
Well, we're in internal order. I'm not sure if I can like walk back and respond.
No, it would have to be on your next turn, mate.
All right, I'll wait.
Okay. Is there anything we can give you to help? Anything you think that would help?
Sorry, who are you asking?
This is for Eris.
Which one? What? Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Is there anything that we could get you that would help? Any remedies? Any equipment you'd need?
I don't know. Therapy.
He nods to one that.
It's beyond
he
my
nods to the
powers.
He looks at the Domar brothers, clicks his fingers. The Domar brothers will look sheepish.
Oh no.
He'll narrow his eyes at them. He'll click his fingers again. Domar brothers like, Domar brothers will prop up a hip flask.
Are they offering me alcohol?
Therapy.
Yes.
Liquid courage is what they're offering you.
I'll take a sip. Sure.
It tastes like burning.
I'll take another sip.
Treat your mood as calmed for the time being.
Okay. On my next turn, I will wander out. But for now, I'll still be there, most likely.
You treat as having 3 temporary hit points.
Oh, nice. Additional,
And
right?
you're right. Yes, that's basically, think of it as a ablative layer of hit points. You will not regain them if you're healed, but you do have them to just sit on top of your regular hit points, top you up.
I'll thank the two.
Enjoy it while it lasts. I haven't got much left these days. It's a bit of a bugger to get. But, well, looks like it's about to get hairy out there by the sounds of things. On the bright side, goblins aren't really a risk until they start swarming, and there's not really that many out there, is there?
Good job, no one overreacted to them.
Well, there was a very tiny one. Like, it looked very weird, like a bobblehead with very long limbs.
Ah, the Greenfoot tribe. Pretty common with them. Yeah, they
Notoriously friendly and, and harmless.
Culturally diverse tribe.
the Greenfoot,
Cosmopolitan.
the Greenfoot's a pretty weak tribe. They're only a real risk to a person in the first couple of years of their life. They get too docile after that.
Well,
What?
Energy levels,
it looked like a
genetically
baby.
Oh, no.
Like, tiny. I will try and give a comparison, if need be.
That can be a problem. They crawl, get everywhere. They usually have a knife on them.
Yeah, one was in Comrade's hat. Managed to
No,
catch
no.
it and gave it to Baz. From there on, I don't want to think about it.
It was definitely going to kill me as well, that tiny little baby goblin. So
Yeah, I was saying comrade. It was a fear for his life.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I bet it was going to
baby-
chop your dick off. What a savage.
after what I just witnessed, I just lay that goblin's dick on the floor. Like, I'm like, that's not good enough now. Like,
like that guy who took the Vietnamese guy's arm as a trophy during the war. It's like returning it after 60 fucking years.
I didn't hear about that.
Well, 20 years, rather.
Yeah.
I think I heard that one.
Find their arms nailed to the trees.
some joke about the right to bear
Kettle
arms.
stick to goblin.
Tea sticks to kids.
Oh no. Oh, it's just terrible.
Brought to you by Yorkshire Tea Gold.
Yorkshire tea green. In this
What
case.
color it likes now.
Uh,
Got a very lively flavor.
Any other actions, Earth?
Nope. That's it for now.
Comrade the Third. It's your turn.
On mute, yeah. So these goblins up here, like they're still scared or whatever. They're
Terrified for the most part.
right. So would they? Decide whether it's worth just killing them or not. Okay, what I want to do.
as long as you don't boil them alive, I think.
I know if
Better
you
off-
double down, it might work too.
I want to run up this pile of corpses, leap off the top, do like a spinning dive thing like into that crowd of goblins, but I want to do it like really athletically, like so every.
It's not like a crowd dive, more like a body splash across them.
I mean, like it's like a beautiful dance. There you
Are
go.
they petrified in horror? I don't think there are any.
I just love this. It's like, oh, we just witnessed a literal war crime. In comes fucking. Here comes fucking Rod Van Dam with a moonsault off the
pairing.
pile of dead goblins. It is a majestic sight. It's this perfect moonsault clear through these poor bastards. Could you roll me a
You
CMD?
guys are gonna be so fucking confused.
I'm kind of glad that War Crimes Inc. here might actually have some sort of consequences for their immorality,
Meanwhile,
and I'm helping it down the cave as well.
Well, it's
So
more
I
like
was
moral
like-
relativism.
it's Evergreens like, oh, that smells dreadful.
Complicit. You'll be the next one up against the wall when Gobshite's punching you into it.
I hate to break this to people. Sir Evergreen is the fucking wall.
Well, then he'll be enjoying my spark spell.
You don't see moral relativism until you see it from an arboreal species.
Wait, why would you set him on fire?
Okay,
He's not responsible
so-
for this.
Okay, let's see. Mark,
Complicit.
Mark, can I get a C&B check? I will be giving you hefty bonuses for the clean moonsault you just performed.
Let me see if I can think of a pun as well.
Quickly, as you moonsault the grieving parents, just make sure you throw out a clean Bond one line.
Is he gonna try
That's
and?
the only way to do it.
Is he gonna
Off the
roll really difficult challenge to try and chop off all their dicks in the same
Off
movement?
the top rope as you take that out.
Dream cancel.
You forgot to remove the foreskin.
Keep them all on a necklace. There you go. I've done an 11.
That's actually you have the high ground, and you beat their CMD handily. Could you roll me, please? It's a falling. Okay. Okay. Just roll this through. Could you roll me 1d3 plus your strength modifier plus 6? Normally, making an unarmed attack like this without being a trained unarmed fighter will actually let them get a hit in on you. And thankfully, you caught them at a time when they're currently in shock or grieving, so they are flat-footed against this.
Was 1d6 plus a strength
No.
modifier plus what else? Sorry.
/r space 1d3
3, yeah, go on.
plus whatever your strength modifier is.
Uh.
Which I think is a +2, you know what I'm saying?
That's correct.
And plus 6. As you beat their CMD that much with your swan dive, that you're getting a leaping charge bonus.
Oh, I'm gonna shout, gobble this, bitch.
I expect they'll be dead before they get the joke.
The mental image of a man clad in Soviet regalia, wielding a literal hammer and sickle, watching a grieving family running up, doing a backflip off the top rope made of dead goblins,
Doing an RKO on the grieving parents.
hitting a clean hitting a clean moonsault dive off of the top rope made of goblins, and throwing out a goblin D's nuts joke as he fucking literally knocks out 3 goblins by just body splashing them into a wall.
You know what? Gobshite's about to do nothing wrong.
But before I
should be clear that
that is a clean round. That's a clean ass turn of combat. I ain't gonna lie, that was good.
the last time that we played a game together with Naka and stuff, we did get on trial for war crimes, so we appear to be headed very quickly in that same direction.
Okay, I'm gonna call a short 5-minute recess. You can talk amongst yourselves, or because I'm just gonna use the facilities because I need to cut down the caffeine. I'll be right back. Speak amongst yourselves. You might even want to discuss the moral ramifications of what's happened today.
Mom, I'm scared.
Yes, shall we
I was only
discuss the
following
moral
orders.
Right? I don't think so. What orders?
I don't know.
The moral ramifications is everything in this cave, except me and my good friend Gobshite, are about to be erased for the good of the world.
Hey, I haven't done anything wrong. Neither's Penny.
Complicit.
No, I saved the goblin.
You
And then
left us
fucking
and we had
drowned
to take
I didn't
this
choke it.
choice upon ourselves. You weren't here as our moral compass. It's all
Also,
on you.
I was trying to save it.
Is it saved?
I think it's
I
still
don't
alive.
actually know. It's still alive.
It was making noises.
We put it in the water to cool it down, and then pulled it back out.
I bet he's really happy.
I'm sure he is really happy. I
mean-
saved him. I didn't want to boil him alive. Jesus.
He's straight
All
up
right.
glowing.
You and Penny,
Huh, huh.
you and Penny can go on trial at Nuremberg, equivalent. But the tree man, Baz, and the commie. Oh, I'm sorry. There's no saving here.
Don't worry. Normally Nuremberg would only be like an hour away from my place, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, Penny can make a
Aiden can
quick
sleep
trip.
over at my place.
Sleepover at Nuremberg.
Sleepover before our trial.
Yay!
Yeah, I fear for your sake that the trial is going to be just as quick as the journey there.
And hey, if it's quick, that either means we're
Yeah, so
we're
the judge is going
free,
to say,
or...
right, so you saw this unthinkable torture happening, and then you did what? Notes here say, oh, you walked away.
Bro, I pulled that thing out.
No, you would be in a better position to defend yourself, Aiden, but Penny here? I don't know.
Huh?
I mean, Penny is German, to be fair, so...
Hey now,
It's
hold on. I'm following my Russian roots right now and I'm drinking, okay?
Ah, okay. Well,
Yeah, to get away from the following of your German roots, which is turning a blind eye to torture.
Yes.
Insert references to ridiculous stories told by Holocaust Imagineers here.
Whoa! Be careful
Like-
about
like
the way that
catapult.
sentence was formulated. It's Holocaust Imagineers makes it sound like it's part of Disney World. Are you about to talk about the Holocauster?
No, but that's exactly the kind of thing I'm referring to in the Holocaust. And the holo catapult.
Oh no! Oh no! I don't think anyone's denying what happened to the baby.
Just remember, Aiden, that he's an orphan now, thanks to you.
What?
Even though I'm the one who killed his parents. Like, I was gonna kill them anyway.
Well, we could maybe take in the baby, although I don't know what the fuck it is now. Some kind of scary red thing.
Or we can put him out of his misery for the sake of the local community.
And the war crimes committed here, I'll remind everyone while I lick the blood off my sickle.
Oh no. Oh, well, this has gone from 0 to
Given-
yeah.
Given that the tree man does not appear to have an ethical sense, he'll probably just blab the whole thing like it's nothing.
You just put a cross on his back.
Oh no. Oh no. Actually, well, I think I'm a little distracted with the monstrosity that is slothing through the holes, but I do want to check on that,
The glowy.
like, whatever it is. The former baby gobbo.
Former baby gobbo. That is still
Uh,
over there.
I
That is
know,
something new.
No, I know. I moved over
Okay.
here to look at this, so, but in a moment I'll want to go back over and see what's going on with it. But
Do any of us have healing magic?
yeah, I do. Well, not magic, but I've got some. I've got a point and heal, so I don't know if anyone
Right.
has spells.
Aiden, you understand that you walked away from something that would not survive without healing with the ability to heal it. You're going to the fucking trials, I'm sorry, Aiden.
It seemed like there was something, and there is, slothing its way through the hole that might be a threat, you know.
So you're trying to preserve your own life over saving a child who you have just witnessed the torture of.
I was just willing to put my rocky hands
Takes
into a pot
notes.
of boiling water to save the little goblin baby.
You have stone hands.
Yeah, but I don't have any resistance.
Stop whining.
I don't have any resistance to fire or whatever.
Yeah, well,
It's
neither
not-
does the goblin.
I know.
And he's a child.
I still pulled it out though. And I...
At this point, it's just exposed muscle.
Oh no.
I think something needs to be done.
This is why I'm advocating for the merciful option.
I don't
You
think
don't get to talk about mercy
you don't
anymore.
You don't have any place to talk about mercy.
It is out of compassion.
I swear to God, it's the Dutch. Every time.
There's
Oh, no.
a propaganda video from the U.S. government after World War II. I think it was World War II, about the Germans, talking about like most of the time they seem good and innocent people, friendly, approachable, novel, and with their strange little customs. But then once in a while, they just try to fucking destroy everything.
Yeah, you know, it just gets pent up over time, and then you just like go goblin mode,
Yeah.
and then it's like
you know,
all good again for a few years.
Baz was just getting really stressed out from work. You know, he had a hard time. He just recovered from a burnout. You know, he's getting his life together. He's just, you know,
You didn't do nothing.
he's a good boy. He didn't do
Yeah,
nothing.
it's had a lapse in judgment. It's
It's a
in a
great,
dark place, right? That's the Twitter equivalent.
I think
Prepare
it's,
for all
it's the
your
lack of
excuses.
social programs, really.
Prepare for all of the excuses you're giving for yourself to be used in my defense when I butcher everyone in this cave responsible for this atrocity.
Adventurer moments are the second leading cause of death and injury for adventurers.
RC,
Right
that
behind
is,
town guards.
that
Your
is a
Honor,
good...
it was a heated gamer moment.
RC, that is a good recommendation, and what I will probably try to do.
Are you sure you want to take Saucy's suggestions?
Is that saucy?
Yes.
Oh,
Saucy.
okay. Well, no, that's a good one, though.
Oh,
Which is
Ardent-
turn the baby into Joshua Graham,
Okay.
the burned man.
Now that
Ardent Party in chat says, this episode, Aiden discovers that criminal negligence is still culpable infanticide.
Look, the heal check, as was pointed out, is just first aid. It's not proper healing.
goblins don't have rights.
What am
Are
I
you
gonna be able to
insane?
do for a baby that I'm just boiled alive? With my basic first aid capacity.
Probably
I will
more
go
than
back and
nothing.
check on it in just a moment, though. I pulled it out of a boiling pot and put it into cool water.
Which might have killed it, by the way.
And
I
this,
know,
people,
but
is
what
how
am I
we
supposed to
prepare
do?
vegetables. It's called blanching. You boil it a bit, and then you spook it with
Yeah, I
cold
think
water.
he'd be lucky to become a vegetable after this, if that's the only thing that happens to him.
Why, it became something. He is red and toasty now and a little different looking.
Yeah, Han was just trying to
And
evolve
big.
his Pokemon. Now it's different.
Oh god, yeah, you used a firestone on it or whatever. I think that's how that works.
Yeah, we go for a lot of EVs this time of year due to this kind of business.
Oh no, no, no. Well, speaking of which, having seen the monstrosity since Bill is back, I will walk over and check on the
Oh, no,
baby.
we're still just doing the NPCs now.
Oh, are we? Okay, alright.
Well, scouts, time to get to work. As the scouts will scramble to get their equipment together and set off into their assorted, basically off on their assorted paths into the rest of the building. Usually swimming their way into various gaps in the rock. Except Pudge, who will just take the long way around.
20 bucks. 20 bucks from Mechanicus on duty. Time another curse hidden in the DMs.
Okay.
Oh no.
I am confused by the message, but I believe DMs should be checked.
Yes.
Just constantly getting spammed over the
Oh, baby and barbecue is not.
Oh,
meant to
Bill is
stand for
becoming
baby.
popular.
Oh, look how popular Bill Good is.
Wow.
Bill
All men are
Senpai.
messaging him now.
Oh,
Oh.
I feel threatened. Ooh, ooh.
Oh.
Alright, bottom hour's over.
Bottom time.
I have the thing about all about to get like a party wiped now because of us.
Whoa, no, if we get party wiped, I think it's because fucking Han boiled a baby.
Pudge will waddle up. Excuse me, miss.
Oh, this is sorry.
Alright.
Was that Pudge's voice? What the fuck? And also, Hasso Hapa has a point in the comments saying people paying to slide into Bill's DMs. So, Bill, how do you
Yep.
feel about your proxy OnlyFans?
Only DMs win.
I was hoping this D&D thing would pan out, so I wouldn't have to do this kind of thing.
No, it's
Sliding
like,
into the DMs.
yeah, it's like OnlyFans, but it's only GMs. It's
Only
only game
GMs.
masters. It's
Oh.
only game masters, and
Message now to get a
Or-
nice
I'll
tip from
roll
a
the dice.
GM.
I'll roll the dice. It's just dice ASMR shit. Oh.
There you are, boss.
Unfolding the DM screen very slowly. Putting it back. Oh, sorry. No, I'm not
I
sorry.
reckon if I
Actually.
throw a bouncy ball hard enough, I could ricochet off the ceiling and catch Aiden right in the side of the skull.
Don't do it.
Should try.
You probably could. I would cry. I'm
Am I gonna
also
have to start-
extremely easy. Bill knows this. I'm extremely easily frightened by like any movement or noise. I'm very jumpy. So
No,
yeah,
you should
I'm
make monkey noises in the middle of the night.
There's some sound effects that you can play which are tuned to sound like they're coming from behind the person that hears them.
Oh, the,
What?
the,
Like a knock
the
on the
3D
door.
ones? Yeah, I know about those.
God, that sounds awful.
I know there's like one that is just knocking on like a door.
Yep.
Like you just hear knocking all around you.
No.
Ugh.
Oh, earlier today, there's a door right behind me, and the window was open to let in the air, and it just boom, smacked the door
Oh.
slammed shut really quickly. It scared the shit out of me.
I specifically put my desk so I can see the whole room, especially when the door opens.
Bill, you need to hide a Bluetooth speaker in Aiden's room somewhere.
I have a wireless Bluetooth speaker for this exact reason.
Now I feel like I've been getting like
I already had it installed.
gaslit and
And it's bolted down, so if she finds it, there's nothing she can do about it.
no,
You can
Why would
break
do
it.
that? No, not me. I wouldn't be. First of all, I wouldn't be able to.
Let's
Secondly,
continue whilst we have some
Yeah,
time,
sorry.
boys and girls. Oh, there you are, boss. You'll wave at Baz.
Hi, Pudge.
Shall I give him the business?
Be careful, there's a big fleshy thing coming up.
He'll give you he'll pop you a little fat salute, and he'll ready his stick.
I'll give him a nod.
Oh god, no! I put the trapdoor on the wrong layer.
He's just hiding.
No, he's just got his stick ready in case something comes around that corner. Okay. But what you hear from deeper in... You hear this high-pitched, keening whistling noise with like a slight chittering directly after it. And again, high-pitched keening and a chittering. I'm not going to play a noise like that because that's a good way to just murder people using headphones. If I were to actually have an accurate recreation of it, but just again, high-pitched keening followed by a like almost like plates rasping. All the goblins kind of stop what they're doing. Go completely quiet. And they blink, and all of their eyes go completely clouded grey. The mass of flesh that is now still glowing. Oh, what's that weird noise? Oh, I feel well. Again, high-pitched keening. in the jittering noise. Then one large arm reaches out of the water and places its clawed, bony fingertips onto one side of the cave. And another. As lazily it seems you're not really meant to get creatures that look like that wet or feed them after a certain point.
Oh, it just won't stop getting worse.
Oh, it's so. I see. I see where we're at. Okay. Great.
You get what you fucking deserve.
This is why I advocated for finishing him off.
Maybe you should have finished him off before the unthinkable torture.
Well, it was kind of part of it, really.
Well, the three in the corner aren't conscious, but even them, like as they lay there, like concussed, you can see their eyes turn greyish.
This doesn't sound good. It seems as if we've awoken. This doesn't awaken something in me.
It's not like we can even run away because we're waiting for that door thing to open, and it.
We're
Like, even if we
a
get
little
out,
bit trapped at this point.
Does anyone
Yeah.
speak Uruk or Goblin or Orcish?
really horse.
I thought somebody did. Penny, don't you speak?
Is
have a
Apple
bunch of
close
languages.
enough?
Could I use linguistics to try and
You may use linguistics.
just...
I mean, I'm probably too far away unless it's very loud.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
No idea, Chief.
Would I be able to hear to roll as well, or?
Yeah, you could roll.
Well, I tried.
Lacking all that, I guess, just sense motive.
Yes.
Wow, we. Roll 20 is angry about what has happened here today.
No,
You
it's
have
always
discovered
angry.
karma.
I'll roll sense motive as well.
Bullshit.
See how
I've seen
it goes.
this damn thing does this to me all the time. There's nothing to do with the bloody karma going on. It's just an opportunity to do it at all.
All right,
Yeah,
we can
'cause
confirm this is not about karma because the worst offender is getting the best rolls.
Okay, Han, you have a specific insight into this
Mm-hmm.
because your ears are well,
Yeah, I think he has
You
a
know-
specific insight into this.
that is not anything. That's not a morning cry or anything. That is that's what's called a swarm song.
Hmm.
Could you roll me a Nick check if you got it?
All right.
I'll give you a decent bonus because obviously.
Yeah.
Right.
Only have -2.
That's enough. A swarm song is what triggers a group of goblins of a sufficient number to form a swarm or horde.
Hmm.
It's very similar to specifically when grasshoppers hear that keening noise and turn into locusts.
Hmm.
As rounding the
See.
corner,
Oh,
is
things. Seems things have now gotten interesting. Fuck.
Good thing you guys have an easy escape route that's not blocked with something.
Yeah. How lucky for us.
That's a great picture, that is.
I really quite liked it.
Yeah.
By the way, Bill, this goblin child, as some would call it, does it look to be like fiendish in nature?
Mostly just looks burned.
Okay. It's a bit of a crispy critter then.
Yes.
Alright.
I really love when the curses start coming in. So, take it from the top, shall we? Oh, I should probably do actions for the two that are sort of in amongst you and aren't completely dead or unconscious. Okay, they're into their frenzy state. One will attempt to swing at Sir Evergreen. Will miss. And Sir Evergreen will simply tread on him. And there's a sound.
Ah.
There is a sound like someone stepping on a polystyrene cup.
Oh.
As the goblin dies in a wet crunch. Even in this frenzied state, he's up against someone who's carved in full plate. It's kind of a one-sided kind of matter. Oh no, you're going to have to try a little bit better than that. Anyway, what's going on? Oh! Yeah, that might work. About damn time they brought their A game. Right. You lot better get... It's time you lot and I find a good place to hold up. Sir Evergreen will, as part of his preparation action, he will do two things. One, he will reach up with his halberd, hook the bridge, and bring it back down. Just physically, like, wrenching it down into place. That will buy us some time. Baz, you're up.
Alright. Right. Can I do like a perception check to try and identify this creature?
Yes.
See if it is fiendish in nature or something.
It's not appears to be. You're not sure what it is. It looks like someone put a troll on a tumble dryer.
Huh.
It doesn't appear to be fiendish, though. It's just kind of bruised and twisted. You know, trolls can be quite... Because trolls obviously regenerate, and they don't feel pain. They're more than happy to just twist themselves around in order to get into places they shouldn't. This thing is moving down the corridor. It's just like a wave, a very slow, like a massive wave of molasses.
Is this a normal troll thing to do?
You heard roll me a knowledge nature.
Alright. 10.
It's not unheard of, but it's not normal. Trolls have a lot of genetic variation because their species are so close to so many other green skin giant species.
Right.
So you get
In that case, I'll just call out to Min Giant and say, don't get too close, friend. Trying his best to, like, kind of keep it together. Do I notice him, like, somewhat stopping?
Yeah, he stops.
As I'm saying this? Alright. Just say, who are you?
Everyone calls me Gobshite.
Oh shit, you're Gobshite. Oh. Name's Baz. Nice to meet you. Hey, you mind helping us? We're in a bit of a predicament.
Are you the fancy man's friends? The one with the hat?
Yes.
Oh, do you want me to fetch him for you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
We've been wondering where
the
he was.
entire mass of the pillar of
disappeared.
flesh pivots horrifically. And he turns around to face Quentin.
Ooh, I think I'd better move. Am I in the way?
No, your friends are here. He reaches out and he's going to reach out and just pluck you off the ground. Are you going to resist?
That seems like a bad idea. I will say, no thank you, old chap. I'm going to go this way.
Oh.
Thank you for the offer, though.
I can move you through.
Thank you, but I think I'll go the other way.
Okay.
Very thoughtful of you. I appreciate it.
Your friend's going round. You'll call out to Baz.
Alright. Cheers, Gobshite.
You're welcome. Give me a second. I need to orient myself. Again, there is a cracking of bone, twisting of meat. Gobshite just about orients himself.
I'll just sort of wave at him real quick.
Oh, there's Mr. Walking Stick. You'll dislodge it from between your shoulder blades. It's like, you know, if you ever seen Night's Watch where they, like, the guy pulls the sword out of his spinal column.
Oh god.
Well, I've seen Night's Watch, but I don't know who else has.
It appears as though Gobshite literally, in order to keep his favorite walking stick with him, literally rammed it into his torso.
Yep, that's the troll.
One of his arms is hanging off and is just slowly knitting back together again.
And
We've got a bubba. Not again. Crack. And cracks the elbow back into place. What's that noise? Really noisy, makes my ears hurt.
What noise? Are the goblins still crying?
Yours as well.
Well, the goblin swarming song is currently playing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
could I roll to figure out where it's coming from?
You may.
Alright.
That way.
Okay. Oh. I'm pretty sure that in talking I've spent most of my actions. Would that be correct?
You've done a bit of... You can maybe get one other direction.
Okay. In that case... I will prepare my 10-foot pole and ready in action to strike whatever lunges at me.
Okay.
And that'll be it for Baz.
Okay. Last goblins go. He's seen 3 of his friends get knocked unconscious. 1 got stepped on. And he's frenzied. So he doesn't care about morale anymore. Mark, presently you're prone due to having done the dive.
Sure. I mean, I thought I nailed the landing perfectly, but okay.
Oh, I think, see what? Because you want me another dance check for the landing?
What, a dance again?
Yes, please.
Of course, my
To land your
horse.
performance.
Oh, yeah, you're on your feet, never mind.
26. The other goblin fainted when he saw how great it was.
I might have intended previously. Unfortunately, they're currently frenzied, so they don't actually have morale problems right now. But what it will do is it's right next to a target. And brandishing its little rusty shiv, it's going to try and do the guru in. Neri, what is your AC? Aiden, what is your AC?
Oh, sorry. Dude. 19.
Okay, so you have to roll really quite well. I'm going to roll it in the open as a flat d20. Actually hit.
Oof.
Damn. Wasn't expecting that. That's literally like meets beats. Oh, not taking into account the rage, of course. Okay. Let's it's just straight off flat roll without the so as it runs up to you, and it's literally a tent peg that has been sharpened against a rock. He's got in his grasp, and it will fling itself at you with the ferocity of a cornered rat, clambering onto you and repeatedly stabbing at you that rusty chunk of iron. Enjoy. 3 points of damage.
I have a +1 DR against bludgeoning or piercing, or DR2. Wait. Sorry, let me read it. Creation natural armor bonus by 1 grants you a DR2 bludgeoning or piercing. Does that count as piercing?
Yes, that is piercing.
Okay. So for damage, where do I roll on? Sorry.
Oh, so it's not rolled. If it is a slashing weapon, it is subtracted. But
Okay.
as he is shanking you, you go through your DR and deal with full 3 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, remember we looked at that. What's kind of weird that you got DR for?
I know
Slash.
it's I think is it one of the racial things, or is it?
Yeah, I think
it's the racial one. Yeah, it is weird that it's piercing, whatever.
the piercing works. I guess pickaxes. So.
Yeah.
And this is a weapon. This used to be a tool designed to dig into earth and stone, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
as you find yourself on the receiving end of a thin piece of metal that's been sharpened to a point,
Oof.
as he stabs you in the leg.
Oh no.
And you.
Well, I'll try
You
to push him off as he's doing that, obviously.
It's just slathering. At this point, it's foaming at the mouth.
Mm.
It's just throwing its limbs at you. It's not even. There's no rhyme or reason about it. It's just hurling as much of his person at everything around him, flailing around.
Yeah. Rabid. Yeah.
And on that note, it is your turn.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna. Actually, why is that a good idea? How close is this giant gobbo mob? Is it just this one, or where's the whole big mob of them?
Around the corner from you.
Okay, it's around the corner.
You do have a fully armored knight between you and them.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking. Oh. Yeah, I guess I couldn't have used reflexes on that previous thing either. No. Oh well. Okay, so I'm gonna. How close is it, by the way? Could you? You mind if
You're not.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure, as you do not have a direct angle on it.
Okay.
Sounds close.
Okay. I'm gonna just knock out this little dude with my gentle touch. Just try to just knock him right in the back of the head.
Okay.
You know, this is not lethal damage.
You have flanking with Mark.
Okay, cool. And then it is okay. So it'll be. Wait, what do I roll on?
It's regular attack.
Okay.
I'll hit easily.
Okay. And that'll be on top of that. It's the. Okay. 1d4. Okay. So it'll be. Oh, yeah. Here. Hey.
Oh, hang on. Oh, it's try to roll it as well. Yeah, if you hit your melee profile, the weapon profile, it will roll the whole thing for you.
Oh. I was. Or no, I should gentle touch. That's
Yeah.
the right thing. That's for damage.
Okay. So gentle touch, just 6 bludgeoning.
Mhm.
Okay. It is still up and about, which is odd. Oh, hang on, no, sorry. This is non-lethal, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You stumbled across an interesting mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
A raging creature gets a bunch of temp hit points when it rages.
Mm-hmm.
Or some get real temp, some get real hit points, some get temp. Non-lethal damage doesn't care about temporary hit points. It ignores it because it sets a threshold at which you're knocked unconscious. So your non-lethal damage bypasses its temp hit points and knocks it out.
Yay! Well, I suppose so. It looks like we've got more to deal with. A much larger problem, but yeah.
Any in particular, just slapping it in the head, right?
Just, yeah, that's in the, back of the neck, just to, like, conk it out, back of the head.
You nerve pinch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, just conk it out. Any other actions?
Yeah, how far can I move after doing the, combat? I wouldn't still have my regular... Well, that was in response, though. I don't know. So how far could I move, is what I'm asking.
You have 30 feet of movement.
Okay. I want
If
to
you're
move
going
back over here.
If you're
Yeah.
moving up onto the ledge from where you are,
I was trying to move back over to where the red... To the, very large goblin that is red is.
oh, there's actually another goblin under where you were. Huh? We'll just put him one side. Okay. You've moved up to the red goblin. Not so little this time.
Yeah. Just if I can do anything else, just I guess
You
be
have a
like,
swift
hey,
action left.
what?
You have a swift action left, which means some. You can use it talking.
Which means what?
You can use any swift action abilities, or you can extend the amount of talking you can do.
I just wanted to be like, hey, big guy, how are you doing? You getting over that? I'm really sorry about my friend. I'll also make hand motions along with this, and like to make nasty hand motions at essentially, or aggressive motions towards him, and then I'll just kind of slowly reach my hand out to the large lad.
It looks at you with its cold, blank, blind eyes. Any other actions this turn?
I mean, would diplomacy help? Can I even make that?
You may. I'm going to warn you. You're at quite the disadvantage here.
Yeah, I figured. I was trying to help.
Quentin, your turn.
Right. Not sure. So before me, I see this room, obviously filled with traps and some bodies.
Yes.
And then there is a Boy Scout at the other end.
Yes.
Okay, so the traps, do they look like I could, now that I can see them because they've been sprung, could I just safely walk past the traps?
Yes, but they will take up twice as much movement as normal.
That's okay. So what do I hear? I guess you've said the cave is just, it's all kinds of sounds, but am I hearing the sounds of swarming bastards up there?
Yes. If you'd like to roll a knowledge check on noise, you may.
I might as well. Would that be...
Knowledge and nature, please.
Yeah.
Or knowledge arcana. Your preference.
Am I supposed to have some advantages, some plus in all the knowledges? As a bard?
I believe I already figured it into your calculation.
It just says 1 equals 1 plus 0, 0, 0. On the sheet, maybe you've added it some other way, but I'll roll it.
Yeah, I'll bet mine. Okay, plus an additional 1 from the bard. Okay. Certain goblin species, in order to trigger, with orcs, you get a warg when you get enough of them in one place, as you used to, not so much these days. Goblins have a very similar thing that's much rarer, because it's not triggered by simply being enough numbers. It's triggered by a specific keening noise that only certain goblins can emit.
I see.
It's
So theoretically, if I were to invert the frequency, they would stop.
yeah.
But that's not something my character would know.
Oh, you would know that because it's something they do teach in terms of any kind of bardic college.
Okay.
You reckon you could counter-song this?
Well, I guess in that case, I'll give it a sea shanty and see what happens. What do I roll for that?
Just if you could roll your preference of perform skill.
Okay. Oh my character's got ramble as their performer. I don't think I even wrote that. I'm not sure though.
I sorted out your skills beforehand, and that was a placeholder.
Okay, can I change that to shanty? I guess I could probably do either.
Certainly.
It just I assume it's just for flavor. It doesn't really matter which one I do. So yes, I'll do a sea shanty which hits the right notes to try to invert the frequency of the sound that's causing the swarm. Can I also throw my voice with the ventriloquism to somewhere I haven't ever been or seen? Just in the direction?
Yes, you may. And
All right.
because the troll is currently uncoiled, you actually have line of effect.
Interesting. All right, I'll do that then. Let me have a look here. So, ventriloquism. I'll mark that as being used once.
Okay.
And perform with a shanty. It's not a bad roll.
Know where you want it centered. Within the...
Oh, right, of course. I'll just send it. I obviously can't point on the map because I haven't been there, but I'll send it in the direction of my best guess as to where people are.
Okay. A little bit of scatter. Okay. We pretty much dropped it directly on top of Sir Evergreen, so that works out. As those of you in the clearing who can see a few of you can see the swarming goblins, you can see some of them start to grip their heads as if they are something's worming its way into their skulls. Unfortunately, with the mix of ventriloquism and starting a bite performance, I think that will take up your entire action this round.
That's all right. Once again, I hope you guys don't enjoy D&D combat because I'm determined to make it go away peacefully at every opportunity so far.
And because it's only 10, it's time for Gobshite to move up. It will kind of squeeze its way up here. So Every is eyeing him very suspiciously. So is this a friend of yours?
Yeah, he is. I'm not sure what's up with him though.
Like broadly speaking or specifically?
At the moment, I haven't really talked to him much, or
It
at all.
doesn't hurt so much anymore. I like that singing. It's quite nice. I'm sure that horrible other noise was though. And that is 10. Eris, you're up.
Well, since I've had some courage, I shall move out. I'll give the two boys a thanks. I'll let the scouts know I'm heading out. But there we go. Can I still prepare an action?
Yes.
Then it is to dodge any attack. Or that boulder, in case it moves towards me.
Okay.
That would be it from me.
Okay. Comrade. You're up.
Oh.
My kindly brother in arms.
So, how successful was Aiden's? Okay, so, this red dude in the water. Is the level of this water equal to the level of this path? I'm just gonna go and stand
It's
over here.
higher
I
up.
want to push this boulder on it, but there's a long way to go. One turn.
I know. If you can roll me an acrobatics check, I reckon you can get there in one, and still have an action left. But you have to roll quite well. So it'll be another day. Let's check this. That is, of course, if you want to be going weaving throughout the columns here.
You want acrobatics, or I can do a dance?
I believe you use dance for it.
Yeah, sweet. Should be good. No, that's not that great.
Unfortunately, the usual spry footwork isn't quite there. You can get there, but it'll take you full turn.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm building this backup plan and we'll crush him with this rock if we have to.
You were going to go for a fancy jump and catch the chain of the trap here and swing, but it's covered in spikes. It's a bit too leery even for you.
Yeah.
Don't want to injure the old feet at this point. Okay. Your turn. Next up is the NPC's turn. Okay. You hear quite a commotion from further in the cave. Shouting. Angry shouting. If anyone has linguistics, you may roll it. If anyone has, if you want to roll perception for details.
I'm surprised I don't have anything in linguistics, actually, but it is ticked, so I'll give it a try.
This is it.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Comrade recognizes one thing in that tone. The sound of angry proletariat.
Oh no.
The Soviet anthem starts playing.
I'm gonna, given how well you rolled in that perception check, I'm gonna give you basically a kind of a Soviet speak translation. What do you mean it's not working? You promised us we'd be safe if we followed you. Promised you'd get us out of here. Followed by, what? Let go of me!
And I can tell which direction this is coming from.
Yes.
I know you said
However,
inside.
I will state this. This is a direct translation from Goblin.
Hmm.
You know when you get some people who can just watch a film that they don't know the language of, but because of the tone, you can kind of infer. It's one of those moments.
Yeah. Like, you can always tell when a Urdu song, when a like Bhangra song is still a love song, and it like from the stuff.
I love the concept of Comrade the Third treating Goblin arguments like a Bollywood film. But yes.
Yes, it sounds like them goblins are pissed off. Maybe we can use that to our advantage.
There is still quite an angry horde, though. They are a bit discombobulated. Also, there's the present matter of the red bugger. Okay, you got your action sorted out. And yeah, more importantly, big red bugger. Aiden.
Mm-hmm.
What is your CMD?
Tis 19.
Oh no! Well, I roll a 20.
Oh.
Luckily, I rolled it for awesome blow rather than a regular attack. So, rather than deal with it getting hit in the face by a very large angry goblin with spindly, weirdo, gangly arms, you're instantly going to be launched skyward as this thing uppercuts you into the ceiling.
Great.
Okay, I'm going to roll scatter. Okay, two. Okay, you are in luck. You land on a goblin. Could you roll me 1d6, please?
Oops. Fuck. Great.
Okay. This is bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
You take
Okay.
2 points of non-lethal damage. As does the goblin.
Because I have DR2 for bludgeoning, what does that mean?
I believe the damage type in parentheses after DR is what pierces it, not what it resists.
Oh, okay.
So a werewolf has DR silver.
Okay.
Spoiler.
Alright, yeah. So 2 damage, okay.
And it doesn't make a noise, doesn't speak. The closer it gets to making noises, this kind of low, like rasp as it just exhales.
Oh, so it's a creep, I see. Oh, I thought you meant the one I landed on, not the big red one.
No, it's more menacing through that exhale rather than some weirdo schizoid shit. That's degeneracy.
Degeneracy.
Goblins need to have the right equipment for that.
Would that be sufficient to trigger my prepared action, Bill?
Yes.
Alright. In that case, I will attempt to trip him with the 10-foot pole.
Roll one. With a quick thrust, you plant the thing into his sternum and send him tumbling backwards.
And seeing as he attacked a friend of mine, let's see. 10-foot poles of 15-foot reach.
I believe.
Could I try and make a follow-up attack? I'm basically doing a maneuver.
Yes, as it is a carry on from your. As it is now your turn.
Yep. Adding whatever relevant modifier for attacking a tripped opponent. Who's
So the -4, you get +1 hit from height. And could you roll me a? I'm going to roll a percentile high or low.
Hi.
Serendipity. As you, yep, you may roll your damage.
All right.
Will this be lethal or non-lethal, by the way?
Probably lethal.
Okay.
He's trying to finish what he started.
Go ahead, go on. Put a coat hanger at the end of the pole for all time's sake.
Oh. Sure. I'm not sure that would. Let me just. Oh, I see what I did wrong.
Those round down, so. For the folks at home, how'd you get the 1.5 times?
Heavy strike from a tradition called Road Rumbler.
Ah, the classic. Available where good hood to Google documents are shared.
Yes.
Yeah, as you bring this thing down, and you just okay. How do you want to try and do this? Because you're caving this thing's head in pretty well. You can get esoteric. I'm not
Okay.
ruling that everything has to be like, oh, you hit them and it does this. It you can be creative with how you want to do this damage.
As he tries to get out of the water, I will just thrust at his kneecap, as if I'm like playing pool, tripping him, and as his teeth fall down onto the rock side, I'll just come down with an overhead smash.
There's a sickening wet pop as his kneecap displaces, already worn out from the earlier blanching, and he hits the ground with a sound like a chisel. There's a spray of teeth. As his head goes one way and his jaw goes the other. Sure, you can fill in the gaps as to what the rest of it looks like. Yep, you have thoroughly dealt with that goblin. Any other actions this time?
Heroic Grendel travels 30 miles inland to punch small child. For my remaining action, I will move over here. Actually, I'll just stand still at the bridge. That'll be it.
Gobshite will look at you. Hello.
Yeah.
He's got
Not often that I see a fellow troll.
I know, right? There's almost none of us left. Most of us went deep underground after the problems.
Yeah, seems you're on the bigger side of things, Gobshite.
Yeah, Dad was a giant.
Mine was a hobgoblin, allegedly.
Explains the, you're looking better than most of us.
Yeah, depends on how you look at it, but not too bad.
So good to know some of us are still in the trades.
Well, glad I'm in good company in these dire times as I look over to the approaching horde.
Sir Evergreen is fucking bewildered by all this going on, by the way.
Just like, what is this bullshit I'm dealing with?
Boiling a gobbo I can understand. This trucking with trolls, that's just it's an altogether bewildering matter. No, Neri, you're up.
Okay. So, okay. Hang on. Are there two? Oh, these are two are down, right? They're there.
The ones beside all of them beside you are not unconscious.
Okay. And he's just prone.
He's the one over there is dead.
Oh, really? Okay.
Concaved his skull in with the stick.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Oh no. I don't know what I should have done. So who's still alive? Anything? It's just the big bunch of them that I think are over this
Yes.
direction?
There's also some noises coming from deeper into the caves.
This direction?
Yeah.
Well, it might be worth us going back out towards the front and doing our secondary option that we had from last time of kind of pull them out one by one, I guess, and all be in a concentrated area, but we're all split up, so... What shall I do then? I think... Okay. Actually, I don't know what's gonna be the best way to go about this. Could I come up here onto this bridge? Are these two guys, are they down the bottom in the ravine, or are they on the bridge?
So Evergreen is in the ravine. Han is on the bridge.
Alright, I'll go climb up the side and just join Han and sort of, I suppose, pray. Wait and pray. Get ready.
Gobshite will look at you and go,
hello.
What's that?
Hello.
She's good people, don't worry.
Can I do any first aid on myself? Just to patch things up with the heal check.
You can use a heal check to like basically rinse the wound and make sure it doesn't bleed out.
Yeah, just to stabilize myself, I guess. Alright.
Look, she can heal things.
No, it's first. That's not how it works. I have a question.
Yes.
One sec, Bill. I'm gonna DM it to you just so it's not fucking really obnoxious.
While she's doing that, did my shanty actually help?
Yes, you have switched. Okay. I'll explain the final points of it, but the thing that was making all the goblins frenzy has been switched off as a result of that. Countersong is a very underrated bit of kit in the Bard's arsenal.
Good. I wouldn't have thought of it if I wasn't familiar with some audio stuff in real life.
Okay.
It's a robust bit of kit in the Bard. It's been around since their original introduction to the Bard. It's a prestige class. It's a weird one, but it was a very good bit of kit.
Okay. So I'm gonna ready my Aura of Calm and then just kind of I suppose also ready myself for this large group of goblins.
I might not have wanted to phrase it quite like that, but okay. Yeah.
True.
Cleansing. Yep.
Okay. So, have they wiped out the goblins, or if I stop shantying, will the goblins start up again?
There seem to still be some goblins because you can hear them shouting in an adjacent room.
Hmm.
You're the closest. From what you can tell, the argument going on is happening like literally 30 feet that way.
Oh, okay. So I could pop in there myself and say hello to the people I've just counter-sung. It is interesting that during all of this time that we've been in this cave, no one has ever gone this way.
No, I don't think so.
So
Why don't you
Evergreen did
try
very
splitting
briefly.
from the party again?
What could go wrong?
Oh, well, why don't you join me? Oh, wait, you can't because you're split from the party. Right.
The whole
Onwards.
party's.
I'm at least next to one party member with comrade.
Yeah, but not the right party member.
What are you talking about?
Just
Pudge is
because he's
right
on the
there.
left.
Yeah. Yeah, come on now.
Quite decidedly. So I'll hop over to here, and I should be able to see down the cave, hopefully, because of the now illuminated troll, who should still be illuminated, I think. How long does it last? Let me just make sure. 10 minutes per level. I think we're still within
Yeah,
that.
you're still good.
So if I look down here,
What you
what's
see is
this?
there is a very nervous-looking goblin holding up what essentially is a couple of old wooden pallets that have been put up as a barricade. And the reason he's looking increasingly worried is that what sounds like a mutiny is happening on the other side of that panel. And he appears to have been guarding for the old regime for quite some time now. And he feels like his pigeons may be coming home to roost very soon. As you can hear, you don't speak Goblin by chance, do you?
I don't think it's written down on my sheet anywhere, but I might have some skill that allows me to speak other languages. I don't know. I don't think so.
You've got linguistics.
Where would that be on the sheet?
Linguistics is in the skill section.
Yeah, but where would be the list of languages if I even have a list of languages?
That's a good question.
Is it on additional? I don't think I do anyway, so if you want to
It's
continue.
all the way at the bottom left-hand side on the main page, currently.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
on
yes.
languages.
Nothing's even written there. I haven't put anything, I guess.
You've got an option of one additional language other than common.
Hmm.
So you want to make a goblin, you may do so.
Might be a bit over-directed to just make it whatever it needs to be at the moment.
Well, that's
I'll
how
let it
it
later.
goes. All else fails, we'll raffle it off. Okay. Yeah, there's some very unwholesome sounding things, and you're not sure what the goblin for grab the crowbar is, but it sounds to be on those lines.
Hmm. Right, so there's a wooden barricade between me and the goblin, probably about there.
Oh no, the barricade's behind the goblin's in front of it.
Oh, okay. So he's concerned, to put it lightly, that he can't get past the barricade even though there's all kinds of shenanigans going on his side of the barricade. So he's the one that was left outside. He's not in a good state.
Honestly, by the sounds of things, if he was in there, he'd probably be being beaten to death by now. So he's keeping that barricade shut to keep the other goblins in.
Oh.
He's bracing it from the outside. And you can see some of the goblins inside are like reaching through the gaps, trying to get to it.
Are they in the frenzied state that the...
No, they are just pissed off.
Okay. So it's just a bunch more goblins to fight then, I guess. Well, I suppose goblins are dumb enough I could probably get rid of them with an illusion.
Anything's possible.
So I do still have a spell left. What I'm thinking is that maybe I'll create a wall of fire, which to the goblins will look like it burns and melts and gruesomely destroys this particular goblin as it passes through him, and then it just continues down straight through the barricade, and I think they'll run away.
Let me double check one thing about to silent image. I think it can move.
I think it can, yeah.
Okay, can extend beyond 4 10-foot cubes. And 1 10-foot cube per level. So you've got up to 30 foot of cubic feet play with. Okay. And you can move, yeah, you can move the image within that area. So basically, also no, not 30 feet. It's you got 4 10-foot cubes and 1 additional 10-foot cube, so 5 10-foot cubes to play with. You got basically not quite as big as Gobshite, but one square size smaller, 2x2 squares.
Okay.
Not 5 spaces that wide to play with.
But what if? Do they have to be in a square configuration, or can they be in a line?
They could be in the line.
Okay. Before I try this, I'm going to saunter over casually in this direction and try to see if I can get vision of what he can see behind the pallet. Just to make sure I understand the situation.
There are a bunch of goblins who are currently in the process of grabbing bits of wood, crowbars, all sorts of different bits and pieces, and there's a sound of mob violence happening around the corner.
Well, honestly, the goblin that's right next to me appears to be doing us all a service by at least delaying some of the combat.
He is sweating audibly.
I don't think my original idea of the wall of fire would work, because I assumed there was an exit back there, but it doesn't look like there is. But I suppose I could just, like, have a wall of fire next to the entrance, just wait there for a while. They might be reluctant to go for it then. How long does it last? Let me have a quick look.
So image is concentration.
Duration concentration. Okay.
So as long as you're not doing any other standard actions, you can keep it going.
Okay. I'm wondering, it looks like, I guess my character wouldn't be able to see this path, but it looks like they're connected. I'm wondering if the goblins ran from here up to there, or if they ran from back here. I guess we'll find out later. Actually, while I'm here, I think I still have a little bit of movement. Quick peek around this corner. It does look like it wraps around. So my character might start to put the orientation of things together.
The goblin
I'm
next
still
to you
not
is
sure.
looking at you very nervously.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Trying to look like he's not looking at you.
Yeah, no, I'm just casually walking around. I'm not doing anything to him. He seems busy. This guy is. Would I know if he's the kind of goblin that would swarm? Because I'm just wondering where they came from. They came from here. Surely he would have been caught up in it.
Judging by the way he's bitten through his own lips, you think he was under its effect previously.
Ah, interesting.
He's chewed his own face up pretty bad.
So whatever was creating the noise could be in here. Okay. Right. In that case, I'm going to. I'll set up the illusion then. It will at least hold them back for, I hope, for longer. So I'm set up the illusion. I'm going to do a wall of flames, which wraps the entire width of this corridor from here to here. And the flames will be pretty opaque. They'll be very thick and aggressive-looking flames. And as they pass through this goblin right in front of me, as they seem to pass through him, I'm going to pull him back through the fire, and then the illusion will create the appearance of his flesh melting off, and it's all gruesome and horrible, and he rests his arms through the pallets and just terrify the goblins, basically. And then once that's done, the fire will move clear through the pallets, but without seeming to do any damage to them, and then just stay on the other side of the pallets. Hopefully that will terrify the goblins enough that they will stay away from it, and we'll have some extra time before we have to deal with it.
There's a lot of that keeping noise is still there. It's just not affecting anyone currently. So that drowns out potential noise. Obviously, because silent image does not have an audio component, but there's enough cacophony going on that I don't really notice.
Can I weave in a few angry-looking skulls in the fire? Just go crazy with it. Just terrify the fuck out of them.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Obviously, if any of them try to get through it, it will do nothing at all. But hopefully, I mean, they're not very intelligent creatures. I appreciate it. You didn't have to add actual skulls.
I had them to hand. It's not bringing these things. If you're gonna do it, you
I'm
might
just
as well put your back into it, as they say.
Fair enough. I'm just going to be as imaginative as possible with making this thing look like a wall of absolute death. As terrifying as possible to them. Maybe the screams of the goblins will drown out their own audio thing that's creating the swarm.
Screams? Screams will drown out the screams.
Hey, whatever works. Okay.
Either way,
Just
the
throwing a
caves
fi-
are
just throwing
alive
a
with the sound of
fire elemental
screaming.
illusion to really top things up. No. Any other action? Oh, you moved and you made your action. So
I think that's about
you
it,
need
yeah.
You need the free action and swift to keep the casts on going. Eris, you're up.
Yes. I don't even know if I even saw that dude become big. But he's already dead now, so...
He rose out of the water and immediately got caned in the skull by some dude with a snooker cue.
I'll ask Pudge which way I should go.
You look left, you look right. He's seen you transform. He'll wave down that direction.
Thank you, lad. As I shall move up next to Neri. And get spooked by the troll.
Oh.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good day. And if I can ask just a quick assessment of the situation from Bass and Neri. So I think besides that there won't be any other actions.
Yeah, just looks like we're bunkering down to prepare for this giant horde of goblins in this general direction.
Well, the song came the singing and the weird noises came from roughly this direction.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll point
Right.
over here. May want to surge forth and try and deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's about time they put their backs into it. I hate to see goblins die without even putting up a decent fight.
Precisely, sir.
Any other actions, Eris?
That would be it.
Comrade, you're up. Mark, you're up.
Yeah, I was trying to find the fucking mute button. Well, first of all, I'm in the dark, so I should probably move. Particularly anyone.
Pudge is readying something, so he does actually emit light.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. Hello. See, well, I'm thinking that we can use this big ball to like block off an entrance, you know, so we can funnel them into the others. You know, into the other entrance if they get out. So I'm just gonna like go closer to everyone else and tell them a plan in it, like either go south of this entrance or come through this entrance. You know what I mean? Like so we can block
Well, we know we've got the stuff back at the original entrance, yeah, to block it off if need be. So.
No,
Also-
all I'm thinking about is we're waiting for that door in it.
Yeah.
We can move this like a big boulder. It cuts off like this entire like north side as an entry point. You know, for the goblins, like
Yeah. Or yeah, where's the trapdoor? I'm sorry, I'm just moving just to see where stuff is because it's been a minute. Where's that trapdoor? Did it disappear? Or am I just on top
Pudge
of
is
it?
standing on it.
Oh, okay.
I think if we were to put that boulder where that Pudge dude is, like block out these two entrances, and then there's only the one, and do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, why don't... Yeah, why...
But like,
Yeah.
right?
I don't
never
know.
mind.
Well, the problem is only now I don't know if we'll have time to move the big boulder, but we could maybe use it to our advantage if we have to retreat, you know?
Yeah.
Like, push it into them. Or use it to... If we have to retreat, right, we could... Maybe I'll try to grab the boulder and seal off this
Probably
part of it or
point
something.
out that Pudge is currently holding a lit Molotov cocktail.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
I
worth
respect
knowing.
the hustle.
Oh,
He's
alright.
got it in his sling.
I guess we could all just have them follow us and retreat back, more or less, as we move back, and then Pudge can just throw the old Molotov at him. Which I'm assuming we're relaying quickly, as there's a giant horde of goblins.
No, first rodeo.
And as well, like there is another entrance to the south in it, like so anyone who is trapped on the other to the left of the boulder, to the west or whatever, can still get back the other way.
Although, can Pudge just yeet his Molotov at this group?
That's the plan.
A 40-foot throw is quite something for
Yeah, that was...
Remember
a child.
You got to remember, these guys are armed with hoops, which are Kenda sling staves, so they can huck things enormous lengths.
When is his turn? Because then maybe he
You
could
can just huck it around the corner as well.
throw it at the
That's
bridge
terrifying
and
thing
have
about
them
it. You can.
a whole bunch of them fall into the cavern and get stomped upon.
So you might want to clear the pathway.
Right, yeah.
I hear someone else is firing stuff in the background.
I just realised that there's fireworks at 1:20 in the morning. Like,
Yeah, Jesus, what?
Any specific holiday?
Wait, it's 1:20.
Wednesday morning? I don't know, is that a holiday?
It is Wednesday morning.
I thought it was 12. Whoops.
It's 12. It's 20 past 12.
Memoriam for the kettled goblin.
It is indeed Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Oh no.
Yeah, so, any particular route you want to take from here on in on the elections? I don't think you've moved terribly much. So, Mark, any other actions you want to take, or not sure you've actually acted?
No, I've got nothing. I'm gonna just stand here and watch. Like,
So,
I'm gonna move to a position. Oh no, I can actually see Quinton's character better from where I am. So I think I'm just gonna stand here.
okay. I'll let you basically have a readied action. If at any time something happens that you want to act upon, you let me know.
Right.
Okay.
Sweet.
Good. So we're about to do the NPC turns. Okay. First things first. Time for the timely intervention of the scout. Take on. Pudge will pop up. Buzz, is he one of yours?
Sorry, could you repeat that, Bill?
I'll say it in I'll say without the dog
Yeah.
voice. Baz, is he one of yours?
Regarding the troll, I presume?
Yes.
Yeah, he's good people. He's a local.
Right. Right. Ready. Give go code when you're ready. Actually, hang on. Pudge will lumber in. He'll manage to squeeze through just about. How tall is our local Grendel, by the way?
He is 6 foot even.
Okay. He will go for low shots. Let's see. Okay, he's hit 10, which he does, as he literally slip shots the shot between your legs.
Feel a gust of wind.
As a lit Molotov flings past you.
An uncomfortably warm gust of wind.
Singe a couple
One inopportune
curlies.
passing of internal gases, and you'd have been wearing your bloody wearing your kneecaps as a bloody earring. As it crashes into the face of some poor unfortunate goblin who's currently trying to recover from having his brain fucked with by bardic magic. At which point the face then thereon melts off. As a mix of boiled goblin gelatin, lamp oil, grated soap, and numerous other chemicals washes over his screaming face and spatters most of his friends. Not clearing the horde, but giving them something to think about. Shortly before they bear down on the party, they surge forward. Now, unbeknownst to them, 5 foot below them, in a ditch, is a very angry man with full plate and a halberd. So as they're charging, about half of them are going to get snapped with the hook end of it.
And I believe it would also provoke from the 10-foot pole.
Yes. Also, I don't think you have Gobshite on board somewhat, but he's not going to be taking swings at his fellow greenskin, so to speak.
That is fine.
He's mostly just confused, which is understandable, given the circumstances. So that's what's going on. There's a lot more ruckus in here, and one goblin does turn around, takes one look at that, and elects to turn back around and quietly.
Oh, God damn it.
Zombies with another 20 saying, Guernsey Safety PSA. There's now $190 of landmines in play.
I think he probably meant 190, but is that how much that $20 buys in landmines bill? I don't know.
It might be a total
No,
amount of what he's
totality.
donated.
Yep, it is. Which is about to become pertinent.
Isn't Okinawa a lovely place?
It seems like one, but
As you hear there's a lot of squawking in Goblin, and then someone says in Common, with a goblinoid accent, Get one step closer to me, and I promise you, I'll bring this entire place down around your ears.
well, wouldn't that be on you too?
And you can try and shout that, but I'm not sure it'll reach him from how deep in the cave he is. I'm just gonna do the neighborly thing, and actually no, we'll wait. the goblin who was holding on to the board that is now a wall of flames kind of turns around and looks at Quentin.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this lad yet. I'll say, are you done with fighting for today, lad?
Kind of nods quietly.
Then leave the cave and run away. I don't want to see you again.
He nods happily, or as happy as he can. So it's kind of a glumness to it, but also I can't select him because the wall of fire's in the way. Hang on.
The backfire of the extra design.
Yeah. Take one look at No. No.
Wrong direction.
I was expecting him to just be popped on the way past, to be honest. Oh, and say hello to my friend outside. He loves the particular word.
He sees all the dead mutants, I guess he's mutilated and bludgeoned goblins. Off runs Runcible Dave. He gets a name because he survived. Okay. Where were we? Okay, so that's that meeting is ongoing. Now for the tour. Before we can go, I think it's midnight here. That's just as the horde is bearing down upon you all to wash over you like a literal tide of green phlegm, blood, and claws. I think that's the best point to leave it for the evening. Right before I get to start rolling damage dice.
Great. Hopefully we'll all survive.
Did my song expire?
Oh no. Your song is keeping them from being frenzied.
Okay.
Which
I will...
massively deep. Between you and me, the Keening song, I can give this away. It works like Scald music. It gives them a rage bonus. You literally slash their damage in half by
it's a big deal with the Scald stuff if they're raging.
Especially for goblins. Most goblins don't have 4 strength. And then you add that on. you more than, like, they don't
more
even
than
have a
double
strength
it
bonus normally.
in some cases, yeah.
Give them 10 strength to 14 strength. It's no joke. And it makes them a lot tougher as well. In any case, folks, I hope everyone's had a nice evening and enjoyed the show. And hope to see you all again next week. Any last minute sign-offs from the crew?
No, only that I think Han should pay for his crimes, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
How quickly they turned on you, huh?
You boiled a baby!
He survived!
Sorta, then got his skull bashed in.
Well, he started it. He started on them. Self-defense.
I call it a postnatal abortion.
Yeah, the killing him thing wasn't even really the problem. After all, he was attacking you. But the torture beforehand, a little unnecessary.
Yeah.
As I've demonstrated, you don't need to torture real babies to scare the pants off your enemies.
Fucking works, though. Can't argue with the results.
Oh my. Anybody else have any closing statements before we head off for the evening?
$190 of landmines.
Yep.
Oh, no.
And one of the goblins in the other room has one.
All I want to say is we were 1 dice roll result away from Gobshite here either exploding in a shower of banana and troll guts, or having a mild rupture of stomach and getting very upset with me.
That is true, that is true.
Fun fact about trolls, some of them have a special thing called where they will disembowel themselves and read the future in their own guts.
Well, at least, I mean, it's something you can only do once, I guess, but...
No, it's the beauty of being a troll. You can do it as much as you like.
Is there healing that fast?
They regen. Yeah, they'll just put it back.
I was imagining them like projectile vomiting their nodes out and then having a look and then sucking it
Oh,
all
like
out.
what was it, like City of the Dead?
There's a worm that I was thinking of in particular that does it, and that like
Oh
fires
yeah,
its organs out as a weapon.
I mean, that would be funny to watch. Interesting to watch. Maybe not funny, but certainly interesting. Different, maybe.
I kind of like the idea of them just City of the Deading their guts out.
Yeah.
To them out. Any case. And with that, folks, I'd like to close it out for the evening. Thank you very much for joining us in our illustrious cast once again. And
Just in another 10 from Zama saying make it $200.
I am upgrading them to having sub-munitions.
What does this mean?
Oh my.
They
I
throw
don't
out a
know.
bunch of cluster rounds.
Merv mines.
You can't do that. That's against the Geneva Conventions.
Who's the
No
war
Geneva
criminal
Convention
now?
in
That's
Jersey.
coming from you, Han.
I would know.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
This isn't a war crime. This isn't a war. This is a domestic dispute. You're allowed to. You can ignore the Geneva Convention in domestic matters. Just look at the police. Tear gas technically violates the Geneva Convention. If I
And that
would
is
remind you.
true.
You're not allowed to use chemical irritants anymore.
Only
Not even-
difference is Antifa aren't people.
You're not even allowed to throw woolly peat into bunkers anymore. You can't have any fun.
No, you can. If you classify it as smoke munition,
True.
it's
Yeah.
fine.
Bro.
Just can't call it woolly peat. Well, whatever prevents those Black Hawk helicopters getting into Somali hands.
Dr. Willie B. Peterson tells you to clean your room.
Permanently.
Clean forever.
Great idea. I'll make Jordan Peterson's face appear in the fire and just start shouting out, "Clean this cave!"
Buckle. This goes on and.
Do we really want to go down the road of having the goblins worship Jordan Peterson as a god?
Let me tell you about.
I mean, I
being
can think
banned
of
from
worse
Twitter.
Time to go beyond good and evil, bucko.
God.
Before this descends any further into madness, I think we should call it the evening.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks at home, and I hope to see you all same time again next week.
Thanks,
I'll
everybody, for
appreciate
watching. See ya.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for
Pleasure,
showing up.
innit? Always a pleasure, Nether.